All right, welcome to the THL show we call Team Reveals. This time it's going to be Battlegrounds mixed in with Hero and Legacy. As you can see with all the lovely information there on the screen, we have, what else we got? We got the Wheel of Doom, we got top 5 picks going on, and then we have two wonderful hosts. What's his name? Donde, the guy that's over my far right.
That is me.
Content director guy. And then...
Something like that.
My good guy, Corridon. I almost want to call him my neighbor. He's only a 20-minute drive away.
Yeah,
How you
pretty
doing,
much next door neighbors, man.
Yep. Are we excited to get this reveals on the way sometime soon?
So excited.
Oh my goodness. So excited. It's always fun to do these reveals. It's always fun to see the teams at the start of the season. And this is usually one of the more hype ones because a lot of people tend to drift out of Hearthstone over the summer. We don't see as much, as many players in THL over the summer, and now they start coming back for the fall. So here we come, Legacy Season 19, Hero Season 16. BG, apparently we're not calling it Season 1 yet. That's fine. We're just going to, it's like the mode is in beta perpetually, so we're going to be in some sort of beta perpetually with it, but it's going to be exciting.
I was going to put a Kappa emote on there, but then I didn't want people thinking it was a tongue-in-cheek kind of joke, so I just left the words up there.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Kappa, yeah. This is like Christmas Eve, right? You know the presents are coming. You just have to wait.
Yeah.
And like the wait is over. We're going to go in. We're going to reveal. And then you walk down the stairs as a kid. You see all those nice presents under the tree. And, you see all the teams in THL for Battlegrounds, Hero Legacy. And now we get to unwrap them, man. So
yeah.
It's going to be great.
Should be good. So we got the Hero Series entering its 16th season, which is amazing. Legacy entering its 19th season, which is really crazy. So that's what? My math is bad. So divide 3 into that roughly. Or I don't even know how the other seasons went.
About 6 years?
Yeah.
6.5. Yeah, 6 and a bit.
Yeah. So just think about that. 6 years of goodness.
Think about it.
So, all right. So let's rip over to, we're going to do Battlegrounds first, run through the teams there. And hopefully my OBS doesn't do funny things. It was doing funny things today. We were showing other screens that I didn't have. So anyway, cross your fingers and let's get to it. So
let's go Battlegrounds.
All right. So our first team, Donde.
Our first team our first team's name is Venari's Virtuosos, captained by Yoxter, led by Yoxter, Phoenix, Dr. Fish, and Ligor. Where's it, Ligore? I don't know.
Ligor is what?
Ligor,
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Ligor, like the tiger and lion combination.
You got it.
Mythically, somewhat of a chimera.
The old Napoleon Dynamite treat.
There it is. I always thought that was without an E, so this looked vaguely Italian to my Italian eyes, which I am okay with because, motherland.
There you go.
Motherland.
Any comments about this Corridon or Donde?
Yeah, so these guys were Bob's bouncers last year. Removed me, actually. I unfortunately stepped away from Battlegrounds this season. And they picked up Dr. Fish, who I know was doing quite a bit in the offseason. He had his own team last year. And so now he's looking to play. So he's done a lot to, learn the meta, figure it out. And I think they're going to be good. Phoenix as well has been doing quite a bit to relearn the meta. I'm still in their chat as, a little bit of help here and there. So they just missed out on the playoffs last year. So I expect some decent things for them. They're definitely going to be a stronger team.
I will say I'm a big fan of the name because we've seen so many plays on Bob as the bartender that now that we have some alternate Bob-esque heroes or bartenders in this case, it's good to see someone get some other representation out there. So right. Venari's this is a first for THL, a Venari-based name.
All right, ready for the next one, which is Corridon's group. So
yes,
just a heads up for our viewers out there. We didn't get the graphic in time, so this is just something I cooked up by myself. There you go.
Yeah. They will have a different one throughout the season, but we have Daryl and Flurgle's OnlyFans. This is captained by Mewy. So on this team, we have Mewy, ABC, Blue Wolf, and Darkseed coming in for BGs right now. I think that should just be their photo, personally.
No doubt.
I mean,
this is a work of art that belongs alongside the Mona Lisa.
If no one's going to use that, I mean, I might have to do a BG's team next year and just steal all of this, right? I think they missed it if we're doing Daryl and Flurgle only fins.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know,
Yes.
but it should, no fish, exactly. So I think it's going to be strong. Mewy is a very active member of the BG's community, constantly doing strategy guides and playthroughs and step-by-step instructions on how to play things. So I'm excited to see this team. I think if Mewy's involved, regardless of how these teams, if they're well-versed in the high or low, I think these guys are going to be great. Especially seeing Mewy as a captain there, I can't imagine they would be let down too bad.
I know Blue Wolf came into the Discord probably about 2 weeks ago and advertised his availability for BGs, and saw that the rank that he was, or the rating that he was promoting was north of 10K. So that to me spells a very, very strong addition to the team. Alongside Mewy, this should be probably a pretty strong team. At least if they split Mewy and Blue Wolf across the two nights, I think that they should probably be competitive.
All right. So this comes up to me with the next ones. We got Craft Monkeys. So we got Canoe, Nice Jewish Owl, Damon, and Turtle, with Canoe being the captain. I love the graphic. I don't know who made that, but that was pretty cool. Straight out of paint.
Very specifically, there were 4 H's in this. I made sure every time I copy pasted appropriately because I didn't want to misname any team when I was putting in the sheets.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we know all of these guys, right? They all play throughout THL, whether it be Hero, Legacy, or Pro, Wild. They're all kind of sprinkled in there. I don't know their BG standing. Personally, I know NJO has been picking it up and been a bit more active in the Battlegrounds area, playing a little bit more, talking to more people in the Discord, especially the Battlegrounds section. So I'll be interested to see how good how good they do, because I really don't know their BG's standings. It's interesting when you see standard quotations players come into BGs to see if their same success can transfer.
I'd like to thank Geranium for forever ruining this team's name for me because I did not realize the acronym. So yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised it wasn't a Geranium team personally. But
no spoilers.
Right. I'm just saying I'm surprised it's not Geranium.
There you go.
It is Owl though, so maybe he's the culprit. But we'll have to see that in a little while here.
Yeah.
Yes, the Nice Jewish Overwatch League.
Yes, of course.
All right. So we got Dante ripping in with the. Is it you? Can you do
that? Would be it. I mean, I can do my team.
I think Corden should jump in and do your team.
All right.
Okay. Disappointment.
No worries.
So one of my favorite logos right now.
There it is. So we have the Dawn Date H. Dawn Date H? Is that
Dawn 8th? Like Dawn 8th
8th
place.
Okay. Interesting. So captained by Donde himself, we've got Donde, Brushy Tuna, Jammies, and Myanodon. So I mean, right off the bat, we know Tuna was the community winner a while back when we had those crossovers with some of the other. He actually won the Battlegrounds community tournament. So he definitely knows his stuff from, a while ago. We'll have to see if he kept up on it. Donde, what about the other guys? I didn't really know you guys were into BGs.
Yeah. Before Donde starts, I was in on the conversation with Myanodon and Donde. So that was pretty hilarious in itself. So go ahead, Donde.
Yeah, this basically started with Jammies. Essentially said, thinking about doing BGs, and I was like, well, yeah, I was kind of thinking about doing it too. Maybe we should do it. And he was like, we should do it. Absolutely. I was like, I bet I can get Brushy Tuna. Got Brushy Tuna. So, we were looking for our fourth, and my Anadon, I was just kind of tossing out to people that I know and like, and would want to play with. My Anadon was like, yeah, I'm like a 6K player. I was like, well, you've got me beat, so come on down. Brushy Tuna, yeah, 10K plus player. Jamie's was around 10K. I think he's around like 8 or 9 now. So both very good, going to hopefully carry my dead weight all over the place. The joke was that Brushy and Jammies were talking about wanting to make the team name somewhat, pointed at me because I would need to be carried. And so I came up with the name Donned 8th because I'll be finishing in 8th place frequently. And then they loved it so much. And I just told Jammies, what a good logo would be me as the Monopoly guy with 8th places spilling out of my pockets. And he whipped up the logo, and the rest is history. So this is, I laugh every time I see this logo.
Yeah, it's super giggly. Can't not like it. So, and I'm going to predict this season you're going to get a 7th just to ruin you.
I mean, you could tie 8th. Is that still a true 8th if you tie for an 8th?
I don't think it's a true 8th.
That's what I mean.
All we're doing is setting expectations. We're going to undersell and over deliver on this team. So Brushy and Jammies will certainly be doing the heavy lifting. My Anadon will be very capable, and I will try not to mess it up.
All you can do, right? That's really all you can do. Try not to
Don.
mess it up.
Yep. They'll make a song for you, buddy.
Yeah, when's that Kanye album dropping? Let's go.
Next week, bro. Next week.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Okay. All right, Gordon. You ready for the next team?
I believe it is Donde since I took his turn.
Oh, Donde.
He did.
Yeah, that's right.
Stolen.
Stolen.
Yoink.
This one is going to be Risky Refresh, and that is captained by Riots. Also, Riots will be playing alongside Suzuru, Steffi, and Terpsy. So a strong team here. I know Riots and Steffi, very, very good players. Suzuru has been gone from THL for quite some time. Was playing, standard. He was gone before we even had, I think, Pro Series, let alone Wild. But Suzuru had mentioned was doing pretty well in BGs. Terpsy, I believe, is a name I've heard, but I don't know much about Terpsy myself.
No, not a full ton about Terpsy, but seeing the team, this team was I believe this was Bob's Babes, Steffi and Riots last year, and have replaced 2 members of the team, or had to find replacements, not that they needed replacing. So again, I mean, Bob's Babes made it to playoffs, so maybe these last 2 teammates are going to be what really gets them over the edge here. Riots and Steffi are both extremely well players. Steffi being one of the casters for Battlegrounds on Sunday nights. So
yeah,
I can't imagine it's going to be a disappointing season for these individuals. And I like the name too, Risky Refresh.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a really nice name. I really like that. So I expect to see them do very well.
All right. Oh, just to throw this out there while we're in the middle of it all, it's anybody that's interested in casting Battlegrounds. I believe we need 1 or 2 people for Sunday nights. So just
come on down.
If you're interested, DM me or DM Donde or DM somebody that's interested, and we'll go.
Yeah.
All right. So next one is going to be, where are we at? Me.
You.
Returning, Phantom Force with Fire Emblems heading the team there with Blue Jay, Rice Bowl, and then Sharkbait. Sharkbait's a new addition to the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know they were on a tear, especially Fire Emblems and Blue Jay were going crazy near the end of the season for Alpha or Beta. Sorry, almost made playoffs, but just fell a couple points shy, and that was it. So. Big fan of Fire Emblems, who's very, very kind chatting via DMs on BGs and all that jazz. So it was good. So
they came very strong at the end of the season, and made a wicked push in the playoffs. So Sharkbait could be that missing key that they needed to really get them into a great standing for this year. I would expect to see this team very high If they continue the way that they were looking at the end of last season.
Yeah. So, and those who don't know, Sharkbait is Quaz's better half. So,
better half for sure.
Yep. All right, Donde, ready for the next one?
As ready as can be.
Boom. Shakalaka.
We have friends of Robert, aka Bob, Wild Nines, captaining this team and playing in the one with Superhero, Wash in the Wind, and Reverb.
Returning team, I believe.
I say another returning team. Absolutely. Another very, very solid team.
Yeah, they were on the cusp again of like playoffs was very close last season. It was basically like a game of points away from getting through. So Friends of Bob sticking with it, sticking to their guns and coming back and really hoping to improve on what they had last year and just make a final push in. If we know Wild Nine captaining the team, nothing less than perfect expected. So we'll see what this season can bring for this squad.
And being friends of Bob, they should have a little bit of more favor this season.
Well, let's hope Bob's there. Bob might be with the bartender, but he might be off. There's a couple new rotations in the tavern. They might get somebody who isn't so friendly like Bob. So, sometimes it doesn't get you in the, oh yeah, I'm friends of Bob. Well, Bob's not working tonight. So let's hope they can get through.
When was Bob's last day off? I feel like that man's been working for like a year straight.
We ain't got no hair. So that.
Well, I mean, BG's in beta, right? So until it's out of beta, I think Bob's working 24/7. I think he sleeps above the bar.
Well, that would explain his I guess second in command now with Veneri, right?
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. He's got he hired some more staff. The tavern's been doing well. It's been thriving. So got some new bartenders behind the bar.
The pandemic has not disrupted the flow of business for Bob at all.
That's right.
Hey man, there's not only a few things to do in the pandemic, and one of those is drink. So,
all right. So, Gordon, or is it Donde? I can't remember. Donde did.
I'll take it.
I literally just did that one.
Yeah, I thought so. My brain is not working for.
All right, the absolute probably most maxed out and blasted picture that we have seen for a while. We've got Concede Your Match, your mum kid coming in as your captain. We've got Agent PWE, W, Lelnenko, and your mum kid.
Another acronym.
Yep. Yeah. But these guys have been Concede Your Match for a very long time. Acronym be damned. So, and have been extremely successful.
They have two of the THL Olympics medalists in Battlegrounds on this team, including the gold medalist Lelnenko, who is all over the place. If you go to any tournament, any Battlegrounds tournament outside of THL, he's there. He's getting invites to the invitational onlys, and he's winning or placing very well in all of them. Your mum kid, very, very good. Agent PWE, very, very good. I don't know much about W, but if they recruited W, probably very, very good.
It's actually the letter W.
Yep.
W is the letter W, who was part of their team the past 2 seasons.
Oh, okay.
Just to confuse you. So,
that did confuse me.
Just to keep you on your toes. This team came second in the very first season, and then I believe after the powerhouse season we just saw last year, made it into third, I want to say. Third or fourth, I cannot remember. But they're going to be very strong. As you're saying, Lelnenko, not only is he a BG's connoisseur, he's been dipping into the Storybrooke Brawl, which is another auto battler-esque battleground style, and doing very well. Almost invited to a top 16 in the NA tournament. So getting it on all sides of the auto battler community is
format. Yeah.
There
we go.
You were correct in your assessment on both fronts for this team. They were fourth in the regular season, and they were third in the playoffs.
Yeah, because I remember they had to battle their way in to the final because Lemurs and Bob's Bounty Hunters, I believe, were second.
Yep.
And then Concede Your Mac did a very strong job in getting into the finals.
And that wraps up our lovely Battleground Series Kappa season teams. That was a lot to say.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, we don't have many, so a top 5 is tough. But like, let's call it top 3. 1, 2, 3. What do you think here?
We're doing that at the end of the show, homie.
We're doing it. Oh, I thought we were doing it at the end
Come
of
on,
every
man.
episode.
No. Don't jump the gun. Don't jump the gun.
Oh man, we got to go all the way back to BGs.
We gotta remember.
And whew,
That's right.
I gotta write stuff
See,
down.
if we do all the BG stuff now, then what will the BG fans stick around for?
That's
There's
right.
nothing for them to stick. It's all about building the suspense and keep the viewer count up.
It's the carrot. Yes.
That's the care. Well, hopefully some of the BG's players will stick around to hear about some standard stuff that will be
Yes.
coming up right now.
Okay, so we're going to jump into the Hero Series. So we're at Series 16, so we're going to start off with the wildly fantastic Donde.
I'm not very good at Wild. I don't know if you know that.
I know now, but we're good.
Well, we're going to start off with an absolute classic hero team, captained by Lefty Dos Uno, Tanpam Surf Slam, Ducharmo in the 1, JR Juggerlaw in the 2, Sunday actually playing on a team and not subbing this time in the 3, Osmonaut in the 4, and Wash in the Wind in the 5, a total for the PR 1767. That is a little bit under the max, I understand, but that does not mean this is a bad team. This team is a playoff contender literally every season. Sunday is a huge addition. He played well when he subbed. This is definitely going to be a team to watch. Looking at their stats, we have stats for this show as well. So if you were hoping for actual objective commentary, you have found it. This team has a lifetime record across the board. All its players 163 and 134, so they have tons of experience. They went a combined 22 and 22 last season in their play. So that does not exactly inspire a ton of confidence, but I will say that these players are better than most of their records last season. Oz in the 4 at 5 and 6, I would expect an improvement. Wash in the Wind is a very strong 5 seed, probably looking at a better season than 4 and 6 as well.
That was a lot of information I just wrapped around. I was like, holy crap. I know Tampam's been around for a long time. So Ducharmo at the 1 seems right. So
well, yeah, considering he's like a 3 seed in Legacy, which no spoilers, but he's been a 3 seed in Legacy for several seasons, and that just doesn't seem fair. But yes, a 550 PR in Hero, and he is absolutely at home in the 1 seed and will be very competitive against almost every person in Hero Series. I mean, I shouldn't say almost. He's competitive in any match, but there are some absolutely crazy heavy hitters in Hero. It's stacked. It's not surprising.
yeah. All right. So speaking of stacked, we're going on to the next team.
Yes. Speaking of stacked, no more blast, but it's masked. There we go. We have masked coming at you.
Yes.
The, I guess, sort of defending champions, as it was Blast last season. Coming in first, we have 2-star Mako as your captain. Bring Always Lethal in at the 1. Mechafint, I cannot say it, at the 2. Magnificent?
Oh, I
It's a
forgot
tongue
the C,
twister.
so that's my bad. Magnificent. It's magnificent. Yes.
I honestly thought it was like magnificent.
Yeah. No.
Alien Santa in the 3, 2-star Mako in the 4, and the Opera Extraordinaire Saku bring it in the 5.
Yeah.
Just as Donde said, a little bit of stats. The 2 brand new to Hero players in Always Lethal and in I can't say it. I just say keep saying meh. Brand new players, Always Lethal, been a very strong pro player. And Mech is coming in, I know, subbed in a few times last season into pretty much everywhere that they could. So, and did decently well, 2 and 2, coming through Legacy, I believe. So stepping into Hero, ready to tee off and coming into the 1 and the 2 with 2 brand news. a 95 to 133 overall. So we're going to have to see what those top two can do. But, I mean, you guys are defending champs, Saku, kind of, sort of, adjacent. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah, 2/5 of the championship season 15. Those top three guys that we have on the team are really good. I know Always Lethal and Magnificent there is new to the format, as we just already announced anyway, but they're not new to Hearthstone, so they know.
Yeah,
their stuff.
sometimes the lack of stats can be misleading, but anybody who's paid attention to Pro or paid attention to like the Max Team League, for example, Always Lethal's in the top 16 there. Yeah. And Alien Santa didn't play last season, however, is a known hero specialist, somebody who will absolutely hold their own on the 3 seed, could end up the 2 seed because Magnificent and Alien Santa are both very close in PR, only about 8 points difference between the two of them. This is a team that didn't have a lot of experience last season, but the meta is, as we know, wildly different. So those records can be wildly different this time around. And it would not surprise me at all if this team is another strong team. But we'll have to see how Always Lethal and Magnificent make the adjustment to LHS.
So are we still playing bingo, Dante?
Yeah.
Are we?
Possibly.
If anyone's, we never announced it, but
okay.
If anyone's following along at home, there's a bingo card in the Discord, and you want to play along and see if you get bingo. You don't win anything.
Everyone's supposed to have a different bingo card. It's not. You're not all supposed to have the exact same bingo
different
card.
placement, but anyway.
Yeah, that's a lot of bingo cards.
Digressing. So, all right. So let's rip on over to the third team in Hero out of our 12. We have F2L Black, captained by Rabobson. Got some guy named Neji Boostun. Neji Boston. Okay. Somewhat known in the THL. Somewhat. Then we get Itachi, Rabobson, Nice Zhao, and the doctor, Dr. Fish.
One of many doctors we have in THL.
Yes, we have, 3? Dr. Fish?
Yes.
Dr. Bomb MD, or Bo MD. And then we have
Dr. Lotus.
Dr. Lotus, that's right.
I mean, if you want to go back a ways, we had Dr. Zephyr as well, hasn't played in a while.
Correct. Oh, look. Even Neji Boston doesn't like Neji Boston, so according to chat. So
that's it, yeah.
Your sketch win.
I think they missed I understand F2L Black is, the hero squad. I think they missed a on the nose where they could have rebranded to F2L Amber, having to Amber Flight Gaming people.
True.
I personally think they missed a little bit there, but I digress.
Three Amber Flight guys on there. So
yeah, just missed it. I know NJO filling in last season a few times for Dad Legend actually. Or 1-0 anyway, and then a few times before that or during it as well. So very well-rounded. Rebob, Itachi, Neji, Dr. Fish, all going to be able to hold their own in their respective seeds. I think Rebob in a 3 is still, and Itachi in a 2. I mean,
yeah, their PR is ridiculous.
Yeah. So it's going to be exciting to see this year.
Yeah, even we look at the PR and we see that they're 140 under. And we're looking at Itachi, he's at 386.9. He's a 550 caliber player. That's not, you're not losing anything by getting him at 200 PR lower than he probably should be. In fact, you're getting a team that's actually makeable because of that. His lifetime stats, 36 and 35. Also, he's been on a little bit of a downslide the last season or two. He's a much better player than that as well. Rabobson, the same thing, a 4 and 7 last season. He's in the 3 seed though, and he was primarily a 2 seed last season at 4 and 7. So maybe dropping down a seed will help him a little bit. He might even drop down to 4 seed because NJO is only 361.3 PR, which is 0.7 lower than Rabobson. So he could be looking at a Rebob in the 4, which is crazy to me. NJO technically counting as a rookie this season. He went 1-0 last season in sub duty, 2-2 lifetime in hero. So yeah, this is a team that doesn't have quite as much experience as the first 2 that we saw. 91 and 94 lifetime overall, 19 and 25 last season, but still a very dangerous team.
You hear that, people? That is the statistician just spitting hot fire right now. So
I did way too much prep for this to not run numbers.
Did not slam them at you.
All right, so we got Dante ripping in with. Geez, why do you get?
You keep doing this. Yeah, you keep lining me up with me, which is fine. That's okay because if I had to do myself, I would. I'm going to laugh at my own team name the entire time. So this is great.
So here we go, Dante, you're up.
welcome to Donde's hero team this season. We did not go with a music reference. We went with a movie reference. It's Bolner Jams 03. 4-year-old virgin fans, rejoice out there. This is captained by yours truly. Of course, Ron Mexico in the 1 seed, Big Ted in the 2, myself in the 3, and Fall in the 4, and Quaz the new 5 seed on the team. How is this? How is this team allowed? I cleared this with our hat because I wanted to make sure that this was allowed. And Donde throwing out insane numbers and rambling. Saku, yeah, what he said. Very nice. Well, we're going to continue rambling because this is the team that, it was struggled essentially last season at the start and came on strong, made the playoffs, made a little bit of noise. And the only change here is the 5 seed in Quaz. 1,800 PR with an extra 0.8 thrown in, 34 and 28 across the board last season for these 5 players, 198 and 171 lifetime. So I don't, looking at the numbers, think there's a team that has as much experience in hero as this lineup here, which should bode well, especially early on in the season, because we will be experiencing a shifting meta. If the tweets from Ixar are any indication, we might be seeing some nerfs pretty soon and possibly pretty often.
Donde in the 3 is sick.
No, he is not. He went 5 and 8 in the 3 last season.
You're still sick.
Man,
I mean, that's totally your opinion, man.
To beat the meme dead is the how is this team allowed? I mean, you said it with the stats, and a 198 to 171, like with the amount that has been played by this crew and by this team, and to still have a positive win rate on an overall lifetime. It's pretty substantial. Even last season had the positive 34 and 28. Even in Quaz going a 5 and 8 and Donde going 5 and 8 with last season. A couple of those go the other way. It's a completely different story. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be amazing. And I mean, you're not even scraping. I mean, the cap. You know what I mean? Some of these teams are very cap, like 3 or 4 points away. You still have 50 to work with Quaz being a very strong steal in the hero, still at a 50. Nonetheless, so being a 4 over in Legacy, I believe. So,
correct.
It's impressive to see.
Yeah, hopefully we get off to a better start than last season, and can only hopefully do better than we did last. I mean, there wasn't too much of an improvement to see. A team that makes the playoffs is obviously a successful team on some measure of the sense of the word, but every team's obviously looking to take home everything, and we didn't get there last season. So, hoping this is what this is the lineup to do it.
Yep. All right. So Gordon.
Yeah, well, you lined Donde up to do Donde, and now you're lining Corridon up to do Corridon.
Worked out perfectly.
This is great. Another extremely well-known and tenured team. You've got Dad Legend coming in, captained by Yellow Dart. We've got Isocles in the 1, Starlax in the 2, myself, Corridon in the 3, Yellow Dart starting in the 4, and Risen in the 5. No changes at all. Just seeding pretty much from last season. We all said we're coming back. We all said we liked what we did. We made the playoffs. Did get eliminated first round by Rome, I believe, who we were just with there. So, I mean, it's again, we are doing well. A 31 and 26 from last season, the exact same role coming back, and 188 to 155 overall lifetime stats coming out. So not as much tenure as the Bolner Jams that we just saw earlier, but still a high number of games with a very good spread in the win-loss overall. So we're gonna see. I mean, Risen started as a 3 last year. And now, terrifyingly, I'm the 3 who was the 4. So there was a lot of jumbling going off. So
yeah, and then we
might see a lot of PR change with this one, considering between myself, Dart, and Risen is 20 PR.
Yeah. So last season, if people were out of touch on the Hero series itself, Yellow Dart was once upon a time a 5 seed, and
crazy.
I had to play him.
Yeah.
So here I am, a 1 seed guy playing 5 seed position. Anyway, it was rare to see. So
yeah, Dart did very well for himself, going 9 and 3.
Yeah.
Really did well. I think pretty much captured a lot of it. And Isocles in the top end doing 7-3. I think the bottom half of us have to really pull up our socks this year. But I think we'll be another strong playoff team. Fingers crossed. I think we're going to do very well.
Yeah, this is a team that does not lack for experience. Yellow Dart has the most wins of any hero player all time, 62 wins all time, and bolstered by that 9-3 last season. This is the comp of this team is like, I tend to refer to it as like a mid-level depth team. You don't have that knockout 2-seed PR-wise, but Starlax is more than capable in the 2. Corden, if you were to ascend, you'd be more than capable in the 2. I'm pretty sure Yellow Dart would be more than capable in the 2, as would Risen. So any of these 4 players that are below Isocles would be perfectly fine, elevating themselves up to 2. Risen, as people are asking, how is he a 5-seed? 283.3 PR. So they have nobody over 400 except for Isocles, nobody under 283. That's where Risen sits. And I'm shocked that he went 4-8. But I know he was a little bit, bouncing around the seeds. He wasn't that 5-seed all season because Yellow Dart obviously did very well. So this is one of those teams that they try for that mix of PRs to make sure that they never really have any truly bad matchups, and they can really win a lot of those lower seeded games, and then it takes a lot of the pressure off of their top seeds. So when you're only needing maybe like 1, maybe 2 wins out of your top 3 seeds a week, it's a pretty relieving experience most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. With that, I'll jump into our 6th team of the evening? So we got Vote of Some Confidence there, captained by Sage. One position, we got Heat Shock. Number 2 coming over from the previous champions. We got Skittles in the 2 spot. So Ridiculous Hat in the 3, which is... it's going to be a
nuts,
a crazy battle between Donde and Ridiculous. So Mr. R Hat himself. Then we get I want to call this Thalflix. Is that right? Or the Flicks? Anyway,
Thalfix. Maybe?
Thalfix. There we go.
Thalfix.
And then we get my good pal Jim. So 1884 PR or 0.7 PR there. So.
Yes, scraping the top there.
Yes,
just coming in,
just getting all whatever's on the jar itself. Scraping away.
It's interesting to see a makeup like that as well because, they have the top 3 powerhouses, I would say, in Heat Shock, Skittles, and R Hat, and didn't choose or at least didn't go with the 50 PR at the bottom where you usually see with like a middle of the pack. 4-seed actually going for 2, semi 150, 100 PRs. So really scraping the cap and using all that it's worth. So good job for Sage there finding this team and making it work. And, I think they're going to do very well for themselves.
Yeah, Thalfix is a pure rookie this season, and we've always seen teams that can find the broken rookie tend to be the teams that go very deep in the playoffs. And Thalfix, could be that rookie at the 4-seed. Time will tell there. 162 PR. Jim Philos, 5-5 last season, 58-74 lifetime. Jim has the most experience of anybody in Hero. That is just a statistical fact. And you look across both series, there are very few players that have over 100 games played in both series in THL, Legacy and Hero, the PR-based series. And Jim is one of those players. When I was looking this up, I believe he was in the top maybe 2 or 3 for each series. So without a doubt, the most tenured player in THL, coming off a Legacy championship as well. R Hat, nothing really needs to be said there. Fantastic player in the 3-seed is very shocking to see at 487 PR. But Skittles, that's who I want to talk about. 6-1. He played mostly in the 3-seed last season, but he's jumping up to the 2. 31-22 lifetime. Also underrated. I like to say that Skittles is probably one of the nicest guys in THL as well. Very nice to talk to, always very accommodating. Mm-hmm. So for everybody who gets to play him in the 2, you're looking at a very, very nice guy, and you should be nice to him or I will beat you.
You heard it here first.
You will taste the rainbow. So, okay. So let's get to any other facts before we rip off?
One thing I want to say before Heat Shock went 2-8 last season, which is silly to me because he is so much better than that. Before last season, he was a 20-7 lifetime in Hero. So even a 2-8 season keeps Heat Shock as one of the best win percentages in Hero, and there's no chance he goes 2-8 again.
No,
yeah, Heat Shock's dangerous, like just flat out. And I don't think a 2-8 is even in the realm of possible this season. He is just so strong.
incredible player.
Okay. Donde.
Let's do it.
This one I didn't have enough space on my card.
slightly longer team name, yes.
Yes.
And this is our first rookie captain of the show tonight for Hero. Snakes on a campaign, Geranium Battle. He's on a campaign right now. He's on a train, or maybe in a train station watching this. I'm not sure exactly where, but he's burning through his data. So we thank you, sir, for your continued patronage of the channel. But as you can see, the top 2 seeds on this team are Snakes themselves, Mr. Python and Snake. And then we've Jespine. Is it Jespine or Yespine? Is it a soft J like yogging? I know you're in chat, so I'm going to hope you hook us up with some deets there. Dr. Bomb D, BOMD, Judo Chop in the 5. So this is a team that has 1 rookie there in the 3 seed, Jespine. Judo Chop, actually 2 rookies. Sorry, Judo Chop is not had one game last season, 0-1. Still counts as a rookie as well. So beyond that, 56 and 42 lifetime, 17 and 16 last season, with Mr. Python accounting for 9 of those wins. He is a very, very good player. 22 and 6 all time. And thank you, J as in J, Jespine. Thank you. And Mr. Python is going to continue to be dominant. We were talking about this in the pre-show, and I took 2 games off Mr. Python and lost to him last season, and I was thrilled. That's, I think, a reaction most people will have. He is such a good player that just doing any damage to him and getting any points off of him makes you feel like you are a winner. So Snakes on a campaign looking great at the top of this roster. We'll have to see how they do downline. This is a more standard team comp with the mid to high 300 in the 4 and 3 seeds with a 50 PR player in the 5.
Yeah, no, you nailed it there, right? So Mr. Python is just insane leading off there. So as we alluded to earlier, it's the whole rookie thing. You don't know what to expect out of the rookie. So it's very hard in something like Hero to specifically ban or target, whereas it's being last hero standing. You don't know what they're more comfortable on. You don't know what decks they bring, their collection, what they're like as a player. So having 2 rookies coming through, even to THL, I think is going to be very good for Snakes on a campaign here. And they might be able to get off to a very strong start and sneak off, a couple quick victories, being able to catch some people by surprise.
And it was also brought up there by Dr. Fish that Python was indeed the Hero MVP. He went 9-2 with 31 and 17 in game score last season, and just beat out Lotus Knight, just edged him out by 1 game, 31 and 18 for Lotus. So yes, this is the reigning MVP in Hero, also the reigning 2nd place in the crossover player of the season as well. So very good player, very, very competent / dominant in any series that he plays.
Yeah, really only had a struggle in Legacy, which we'll be getting to in a bit, but was an absolute monster last season in pretty much every series
aspect. Yeah, exactly.
He had anything to do with. So very strong, and I know Dr. Bomb MD and Python being on a team with them, they have a really good chemistry and helpful in chat, so and in Discord. So I expect to see these guys do very well as well. And let's see how the rookies perform. I mean, there are always question marks.
Yeah, it's hard to predict a lot of the time. There always seems to be one rookie that just blows up, though. So we'll have to see who it is.
Tune in this season.
All right. Well,
Odin.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of rookies, we have the 2nd rookie captain coming in here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we've got team is anyone playing Maestro or APM, captained by Bone Masher. Coming in at the 1 seed, you have Venus Spumoni. Number 2, we've got Jammies. Number 3, KSW. 4, we have Wyfair, and 5, we have Nomad Farmer. And talking with Bone Matcher, I believe this is a fully Australian team.
No,
I might be wrong there.
No, Jammies, Vino Spumoni, and
maybe it was another series I was thinking.
Yeah, it's I think Bone Master's the only Aussie that's on the team. I could be wrong.
I believe it's their pro team. That
their
is
pro team. I knew one of their
Aussie,
teams was a full was a full Aussie team. So yeah, I mean, it's Vino Spinoni was I guess I would say probably the surprising rookie last year. A lot of question marks, and went 7-2. Rose stocks and got a nice 7-4 season for themselves. Was honestly undefeated. I think 5-0, 6-0 for a while, and clashed with who we just spoke to or about Mr. Python. And I think he got handed his first loss by Python. So Venus Spumuni is definitely a strong 1 seed. Jammies didn't play any last season, but still as a 28-25 lifetime in the 2. KSW is coming in as the rookie on this team for the season. Hasn't played anything just yet, but you have to expect good things. Again, we always say that there's a question mark coming in for the rookies, but typically a person that reaches like the 3 to 5K legend mark and has a bit of experience playing in qualifiers, maybe got a little bit of LHS in there for the DreamHack, who knows, but definitely a tournament player. Yfair played in the first last year as well and went 8-2, and Nomad Farmer at the 5-6. So a good lifetime for the team, 48-35 or 37. So can't complain with last year going 20-12 with the 2 rookies not included in that. So we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, the numbers here not showing as much experience, but the experience has been good. Yfair was the rookie of the season last season in Hero at 8-2, as you mentioned. Vino, obviously capable, proved that they are a 1 seed through and through, and that with that 7-4 record, including playoffs. This is that true mid-level team where no player over 500, no player under 267 at Nomad Farmers. And I like this team because it's very possible it's another team where, these seeds shuffle around a lot, but they'll be capable no matter where they are. Jammies has most of the experience on this team in Hero at 28-25. He is a very, very strong player, much better than that 400 PR would lead you to believe. So I think Jammies will help take this team to another level as well with his knowledge of Hero. He's very experienced there, very good at queue order, very good at lineups and techs and things of that nature. It's a very, very good piece to have on your team.
Jamie's being a former captain of Dondi and myself. So yeah, he definitely knows his way through the Hero format. So
big shout out to Quaz for the sub with Twitch Prime. Appreciate it, my friend.
Thank you, Quaz. Ooh. All right, so let's rip on over to the next team, which is Diamond, or at Diamond in particular. So Road to 1K.
This is absolutely my favorite logo.
In what sense?
Because it's hilarious. The story behind it, everything about it's simple. It doesn't need much, but it's perfect.
Because everybody adds Diamond when they hit them. So
yes.
So there you go. So we got Lotus Knight, borrowed semi-permanently from Blast. So Lotus Knight coming in at the 1 with always just in time, which is kind of silly being at the 2 spot. But then we got Mick. Then we got Diamond coming in the 4, and then Roofski. So it's I believe that's Justin's friend that was just introduced to Hero last season, who kicked my butt. So
I don't think Roofski played Hero last season. I think that might have been Legacy.
Legacy, okay, Legacy. My
correct.
Bad.
Yeah, which had a very strong Legacy season.
Yeah,
Roofski did, doing very well for themselves.
So coming in 1841.7 PR. So you guys can fill in with the awesome stats you guys have been providing our viewers.
Well, people are mentioning that this team is illegal and or unfair, and it's legal. I'll tell you that much. It is the second highest PR in Hero, so just barely beat out by a team that we have yet to show. Top two players are 550, as you've probably figured out. Lotus and Justin. Lotus 10-3 last season. As we said, he was the runner-up in the slightest sense to Mr. Python, but did end up getting that 10th win because of the playoffs. 39-22 lifetime. Diamond 5-4 last season, 23-26 lifetime. So this is a team that's got good experience, but went 16-7 last season. Mick and Roofski, rookies. Like we said, Roofski very good in Legacy last season at 6-3. So although the format is changing, to expect that Roofski will not be ready to go would be a foolish thought. And Mick has been a pro player. So yeah, this is a good team. This is a strong team, and you should definitely watch out for them if they are showing up this week on your schedule.
Yeah, the only team that is strutting the 2 top 550 seeds, which is an interesting thing to see for Hero at least. And then Mick actually coming in as a strong 3. So I'm interested to see. And Diamond, we don't typically see Diamond playing too often, I guess, when he's captaining a team. But playing this season, 5-4, played last season as well. So, I mean, the team looks very, very strong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to get pretty challenging in the Hero Series. We're, on Team 9 right now? Yeah, so.
We are.
Yeah, there's a couple more teams to show that are definitely contenders as well.
So.
Oh, yeah.
So, Donde, you ready for the next one?
Always.
And another one.
Thank you. Thank you, DJ Saku Khaled.
Thought I'd slide it in there, see what happened. I gotta giggle. I gotta giggle.
It makes sense too, because we're about to talk about bands, make them dance, and of course, DJ Khaled, not a band, but is a musician, or so he says. This one is captained by Based Inc. and led off at the 1 seed by Based Inc. with Nails in the 2, Astral Frog in the 3, Seth for Christ in the 4, Duo Cat, the rookie 5 seed here at 50 PR. So, yeah, everyone keeps responding. This team, well, guess what? There's a couple more teams you're going to respond the exact same way. 21-17 combined last season for the 3 players that play. That would be Based, Astral, and Seth. A 58-41 lifetime. So Nails went 4-5 in his 1 season in Hero, and did not play last season. Nails, you may have seen him on leaderboards at like rank 1. He's pretty good on ladder. So, yeah, I'm not worried that he's slightly sub 550 because he'll probably be there pretty shortly. So this team is very, very strong as well. I know we say that about every Hero team, but Hero is loaded. So this is a team that doesn't need experience because the players are all great.
Yeah, they're going to be great. Pretty much a returning team. Base leading out again is just going to be great. I don't think Nails will ever catch her because Base with a 9-4 and True PR is probably way, way, way up there with a 32-15 lifetime in Hero. So it's going to be tough for Nails to chase. I think it'll be just a battle between the 2 who can chase a 1 seed quicker, but it is going to be a struggle in the 2 seed for anyone. Nails has been a very strong, high legend player. Frog doing very well. 7-5 last season with the 17-13 overall, and Seth for Christ a little bit, 5-8, not bad at all with Duo Cat coming in as the rookie. So we'll have to see how that all goes down.
All right, Corridon, you get the
that is my name,
the big one.
Yeah. So full name. Even without Turtle, we must still skirt.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is what you're going to see there. Led out and captained by 9 Eyebrows. You've got Super Chicken coming in at the 1 seed in an inaugural season. Molestar coming in number 2. C-Mac coming in number 3. 9 Eyebrows at the 4 seed, and Skirt, as the name says, is at the 5 seed. This is your how does this PR team work? This is your highly illegal. It just scrapes the cap. They are the most maxed out they possibly can be, I think.
You are correct.
I just don't think it works out any better than this way. Interesting to see, there are some very large names going on here. Skirt Reynolds did very well for themselves last season, as well did Molestar, both spawning an 8-4 and 8-3 respectively. C-Mac and 9 Eyebrows actually having a 4-8 last season. So a bit of a struggle for them last time, but Super Chicken coming into the inaugural season at a 550 in Hero. It's got to be a very, very hefty call for somebody who has not played Hero previously, maybe in THL, coming into the 1 seed, mind you.
But coming over from Pro and trying to remember he is in Wild this season, so
Yeah, no, chicken's great, but I mean, it's coming into a 1 seed is going to be.
Yes.
It's going to be tough. You see people like Bay Stink, Lotus Knight, Neji, Lethal. Like, oh, there's just such a stack in
Mr.
the 1 seed. I mean,
Heat Shock.
yeah,
Ron
the
Mexico,
1 seed's
Neji.
going to be stacked. It's the 1 seed that's always stacked. So, yeah, but a 62 and 66 lifetime. So it's going to be interesting to see what this team can do. I think they definitely have the possibility. I think just with, a couple of those 4 and 8s going any other way, this team's in the playoffs and they're not worried or too stressed about it at this rate.
All right. So that brings us to our 12th team of the evening, which will be no pros here with Pasca being captain. We got Agent PWE returning, as well as your mom kid, Pasca in the 3, Sneak Fods in the 4, and then Chewbacca replacing Quaz in the 5 seed. So,
yeah, it's a very different looking NPH that we're looking at here, right? Losing or not losing, or at least replacing 3 of the bottom players there. Pasca filling in, playing only 1 game last season. Snake Fods coming in the 4, with Shu coming in at the bottom there, rounding out the 5 seed. Very similar to, I guess, the Dad Legend and APM builds, where there's probably going to be quite a bit of shifting in the 3 through 5 seeds, considering there's not a lot of PR difference. Agent PWE and your mom kid returning from last season, sporting a 10-2 for Agent and a 9-4 for your mom kid in the 2. So hopefully those guys are going to be able to carry on their season as they did last time, and sporting a 105 and 99 win-loss, a lifetime for this team here. So definitely able to keep it in there. I know Snake Fods doesn't have a ton of games played, but the rest of them, all around 50, 60 games played for Hero. So there is definitely a lot of experience coming into the last Hero standing meta.
That's right. And with this team, they're still pretty stacked to get to the playoffs like they did last season. So,
yeah, Snake Fods, I believe that 6 games that have been played in Hero at least a season or 2 ago. So it's been a little while since Snake Fods participated in Hero, which tells me, that doesn't necessarily mean it's something that's going to carry over to the season. He done very well in other series, very competitive as a Battlegrounds player as well, as far as I know. So just a very good Hearthstone player, and I wouldn't look at that 0-6 and be too concerned as a lifetime for the lifetime record. Plus, surrounded by some very experienced players with some very, very good records. And this is going to be a good team, strong team for sure. I know we've said strong team for sure about at least 8 of these teams. So they can't all make the playoffs, let alone win. The 0-6 was simply PR management, says Agent PW.
There
yes,
you go.
PR management from multiple seasons ago, planning that far ahead. I love it.
That's big brain.
Agent PWE with the big brain stuff. Yes, indeed. Okay. So did we decide which color is going to be this season? So I know we had 3 colors in the past. We had teal, we had purple, and orange at one point. So
well, teal and purple are kind of the OG colors of Hero, as you see in the logo. Orange was really just we need a 3rd color, and we don't have we don't want to use a color that is obviously used in another series. So we couldn't use black because it was in Pro. We couldn't use red or gold, and then silver because that's in Legacy. So I think we'll be sticking with teal. It's just the classic. I guess we could go purple, but as far as I've seen in the sheets, teal is kind of the default color for everything. So we'll probably be sticking with teal.
Okay, because I think Quaz mentioned something in Discord where teal was free or something like that. I can't.
Oh yeah, teal's free for sure. So. Yeah.
Freest conference in THL for sure.
Could not be freer.
All right, so we will rip on over to our Legacy brothers and sisters.
I think that was a bingo card, by the way.
That's the bingo card. Okay.
Yeah, teal being free.
Teal is
free, 100%.
All right, so we got 24 teams in Legacy. Let's get to the first one, Donde.
I just want you to know that you did not set me up to reveal my own team.
Shit. Okay.
No,
Mine.
yeah. Our first team is Amber Flight Gaming. That is captained by Based Inc., but Based isn't playing this season in Legacy. I know, shocking. Yes, we are coming out swinging with the strong team here with Neji Boston in the 1, Ron Mexico in the 2, Itachi in the 3, Dr. Fish in the 4, and Saku in the 5. Very, very strong team with 3 500 plus PR players. So this is one of those teams going for we are going to crush you from the top. And if the bottom seeds pick up some wins, that will make us even stronger, which I think both players at the bottom are strong enough to do so. Looking at a lifetime of 135 and 126, led by Neji Boston. This is not wrong, by the way. 27 and 6. 27 and 6 lifetime. 33 games, 6 losses. That's like 1, maybe 2 a season. So good luck. One seeds.
Neji, you're slipping, bro. You let 6 losses get through. I'm disappointed, bro.
I don't know off the top of my head what the true PR is for Neji, but I think it's over 700 or 800. So 550 he will be for as long as THL exists or the universe doesn't implode upon itself, I would imagine. So Ron, even at 526, is never catching Neji. Ron had a little bit of a struggle last season, though, in Legacy at 2 and 5. And much as we talked about before, with Heat Shock having a rough season, Ron before that 2 and 5 was 34 and 18 in Legacy. So these are 2 players at the top, and then Itachi, by the way, 40 and 32. So this is just a crazy, crazy good team.
Can't wait to play. It's could be fun. All right.
Yeah, Saku. I think you'll have fun with this team.
If they keep me on the team, they might replace me. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh man, you're looking good. Don't sell yourself short, man.
I think the route you need to be looking at is not only will they keep you, they're going to offer you a spot on Amber Flight Gaming because of how dominant you are this season.
Yeah,
right. That's you might be getting a contract, but so you gotta think to the future here, right? This is your shot.
Speaking of.
Yeah, just to say sorry, Neji is 836.
8?
PR.
I was on my way to look it up, so I'm glad you beat me there.
Don't worry. Yeah, 836 in true PR is Neji Boston, your, I believe, crossover champion from last season?
From like 3 of the last 4 seasons.
Yeah. He's a 3-peat guy.
Yeah, that's
Ron's
crazy.
runner up for 2 of those, and then last season was the difference with. So anyway. Next
talking
one
about
up.
get your shots. Yeah, talking about getting shots, man. After this team here, you're definitely going to need to get your shot. We've got standard THL degenerates, the STDs, the curse upon the THL. Captained by none other than Dr. BOMD, coming in at your 1 seed, Mr. Python. Number 2, freshly picked up, Jester. Coming in 3 seed, Electric Sheep City. Number 4, myself, Corridon. And number 5 is Jerry Damage. A little bit of changes for us. Picking up Jester and Jerry, losing Button and Quaz from our squad there. So it's going to be interesting. Jester came in and had a heck of a good season last year. And picking up Jerry at a 50 PR basically was something we couldn't pass up. Somehow we got scammed out of being the top scraped PR. Someone beat us by 0.6 PR, which is just insane. But I mean, we were the runners up last year in Legacy. It's going to be interesting to see Jester if he can continue the dominant season that they had last time. Sheep was also extremely strong, getting a loss actually from Jester. So, and Python having a 6 and 5, which is very un-Python like. So, it's gonna look good. A 65 and 61 lifetime. So we've kind of always been a weird middle of the pack team. We'll see what season 3 holds.
Yeah, Python, that 6-5 is his first complete legacy season, so
okay.
that might be shocking that he was a rookie last season in legacy after doing so well in other series. However, I think some of that is that growing into learning a closed list format for legacy or conquest, I should say. Lots of players practice play matches for open cups, things like that, but all those are open lists, so the adjustment to a closed list format can be very, very tricky if you're not used to having to essentially account for everything in your prep before you even enter a match. So that, I think, Python will only get better. Jester, the big one for me, because he's moving from the 2 to the 3, 3 to the 2 seed, I should say, over here on STD. I think this is, these moves that were made are at worst lateral moves. So you've got a runner-up championship team making moves that do not necessarily make them a weaker team. So this is a team that definitely needs to be feared going into this season, deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, straight up, it was PR issues, which is essentially Quaz having a 8-3, 9-3 season, going from like 90 PR to like 180. So unfortunately, we could not continue to keep Quaz on the team due to PR issues, and not going to spoil where Button went. So yeah.
Suffering from success here is
exactly.
STD's story.
That's usually the way that it is, right? When you see
we're just running DJ Khaled memes all night.
Yeah, it's the key. It's the major key.
Oh God. Okay. All right, so we go on to the next one, which is, I believe, our top PR.
They are the cheaters. They are the biggest cheaters who scammed us out of 0.6.
Coming in at 1844.7. So we got Geranium Battle captaining Agent PL in the Light Showers. So we got Agent PWE in the 1, with Nails in the 2, Geranium Battle in the 3, Canoe in the 4, and Roofski in the 5. Interesting logo, so I'm pretty happy about how that turned out in a lovely golden showered lake.
Yeah, that is a lake of golden showers.
So,
well, it's not a shower anymore, it's more of a pool.
Okay. Or, yeah, we'll say pool.
I'll be referring to this team as the Light Showers all season.
Yes, that will be the quick way to
just a little too long on the nombre there.
Yep.
But yeah, this is a strong team with again, Geranium Battle now captaining as a rookie in Legacy, as he is in Hero. Double 550 at the top with Agent and Nails, and then Geranium himself playing in the 3 seed, was 6-3 last season in his debut. So he's actually moving down from the 2 to the 3 with the addition of Nails to the team. He played some, I think, in the 3, but he'll be happy to move back down. No problems there. So 44-28 lifetime. Most of that experience coming from Agent PWE. 6-2 last season, 27-17 lifetime. There's no bad seed on this team. This is another strong team. Mm-hmm. And when the PR tends to brush up against that 1850 limit, you usually get the most bang for your buck. So good job, Geranium, putting this team together.
Yeah, playing some money ball here, so we'll see what this team can do. I mean, I don't think anyone's questioning Nails actually playing in multiple series now, which is, I think, a little bit off brand. But yeah, playing in multiple series. Agent had a wicked year. Geranium did very well. I think, was Geranium Rookie of the Year? What did he win?
He won Social Butterfly.
Right.
Social Butterfly. Okay.
He and Bone Masher, yes.
I think he came runner-up or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But either way.
Yeah, we had an error in, and I guess we will publicly acknowledge the error, that T-Stew was listed as the Rookie of the Season in Legacy last season. However, there was something missing on the sheets because we had that 3 conference Legacy season, and the sheets didn't correctly pull the 3rd conference that we added in. So T-Stew's numbers were kind of lost to the ether, and we had to we would have to kind of issue a correction there. So yes, that was a mistake during our awards ceremony, which would have put I believe would have put Geranium as the number 1 player for Rookie of the Season. So congrats, Geranium. Enjoy your train ride.
Well, we are not not machines, humans, air, but the team does look very good. So we'll have to see how this Moneyball strat works for Geranium.
All right. We got who's up next? We got Dande.
We got me.
Andy.
We got Chaos Theory, led by Isocles. He will not be the 1 seed. He is the 3 seed on this team after being the 1 seed in Hero, which makes no sense. Notorious GHP in the 1, Lawful Dog making his THL return in the 2. Isocles, as we said, in the 3. Risen in the 4, and Kodamora in the 5. This is another very high PR team, 1837.3, with Notorious coming in at max 550, Lawful 509.5. Isocles 361, Risen 337, and Kodamora just above that lower tier at 78.8. Should be noted, Kodamora 7-1 last season.
Yeah, I was
very, very good. Yeah, not a rookie because they had a season prior to that. They were also above average at 4-3. So 11-4 lifetime for Kodamora, probably projecting to be one of the best 5 seeds in all of Legacy this season upcoming. So. Yeah, everyone on this team did well. 20-10 combined. Lawful Dog did not play, has not played in THL for a little bit, but has still been playing quite a bit of Hearthstone. 101-76 lifetime for this team. Risen with 43 wins is the leader in the clubhouse on this team, so to speak. Yeah, this is another good team. Chaos Theory seems to be snake bitten, however. They always seem to either miss the playoffs just barely or lose some heartbreakers, which is what happened last season to them. So we'll see if they can turn it around. Isocles looking to turn his hopes around from a 2-5 campaign last time out. So he's a better player than that. I would expect to bounce back there, maybe even a comeback player of the season.
Isocles, you just had another baby, man. So don't ride yourself too hard, buddy. You're not cursed.
I mean, I'm just saying, but like, he chose to have the baby in the middle of the THL season. So you got to plan it better than that, my man. You got to plan it 9 months ahead on the off season. You got to hit that 3 or 4 week window. So it's not a problem.
Yeah, plan your whole life around THL. Goodness, Isocles.
I'm glad that you understand, Corden.
I definitely did the same thing Isocles did. I can't even. I can't even complain. I did the exact same thing.
Yep. All right.
I think we can skip the next team personally.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they need to be talked about.
Okay. So there we go. There it is.
These are these guys. Defending legacy champions. Hot Zil. No. Yeah, I think Hot Zil
can't see me.
Captained by none other than Dande. Freshly in the 1 seed, you have Jammies coming in at number 2, the Big Ted. Number 3, Dande himself. Number 4, Anfall. And number 5, Jim Philos. Just losing Coles here, I believe, due to PR, as I would assume. And
yes, a combination of PR and also had a baby.
Hey, see? J'accuse. But I mean,
the baby in the off season.
Yeah. Well, where is he now?
Caring for the baby.
That's it. As you said earlier, though, I mean, championship team.
Facts
you guys are
facts,
very
buddy.
high on the PR. Lifetime, I think, probably one of the most tenured teams, if not the most, in Legacy as well. 186 over 174 win-loss. So looking very strong all the way down through. Everyone's sporting a positive win rate, other than Jim in the bottom, but 44 wins over 59 losses is insane. And as you were saying earlier about STDs there, lateral move with, Coles and the Big Ted, very similar players, very high caliber. So I'm interested to see Jammies moving up into the 1 seed. I know Coles was there majoritarily, so we'll have to see how Jammies performs in the 1 seed.
Yeah, Jammies had ascended there towards the end of the season. Coles had a bit of a down campaign. And yeah, getting Ted to replace Coles PR-wise is a bit of a decrease, but not a problem because lifetime-wise, Ted being 25-19, Coles is a positive player as well. One of the better players average or win percentage wise that Legacy has seen. So yeah, it's big shoes to fill, but Ted, I think, will do a fine job there. I'm looking forward to seeing if Anfall finally passes me so I can take my true final form, which is a 4 seed on a Legacy team, because I've been trending that way for several seasons now. There was a fleeting moment where I think I touched 500 something, and it was like, Icarus reaching the sun as my wings melted. I've been doing nothing but falling, crashing to the sea below.
Dude flew too close to the sun. Wow. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh,
well, look out for Hot Zulfs in your area, the defending champions, making moves and looking for a repeat back-to-back.
There you go. All right, so I get the next team, which
You
is
do.
going to be... Anybody seen any pros? Because they're all pros missing. With Bowmasher, we got obviously in the number 1 with the Cheesy 10, Bowmasher himself, Charup, and then Chewbacca. So coming in at 1840.8 for PR. So Cheesy 10, a new player, obviously.
No, very old player actually.
Yeah,
Serious?
extremely old, yeah.
How old? Like aged cheese?
In THL terms, old. A player from way back that even predates my time.
Okay.
And I've been around for a couple of years now. And Cheesy has a lifetime of 30 and 17. So very, very good player. Also, recent Stormwind qualifier. Won a qualifier for that. So congratulations in that regard. And he's the 2 seed on this team, which is
Cheesy.
dirty.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, strong from top to bottom. Another team pushing that PR boundary at 1840.8. Double 550, double barrel at the top. Neither of those players played much last season. Cheesy subbed in 1 game. Actually, a lot of these players didn't play a ton. I think Charup was the only one to play a full season, or 3 and 4. It was a 7-week regular season for Legacy, I believe. So that makes sense. And this is a team that, despite not having recent THL games under their belt, household names that always do well in Avi, Cheesy in his day, Chewbacca, and then Charup and Bowmasher look strong as well. So another good team, 115.81 lifetime, should be a contender even with the rookie captain in Bowmasher. We'll see if Bowmasher can handle all these teams. I don't know if he's like the guy who's like trying to hold all the limes, and we'll see which team sticks in his arm, if any fall to the floor.
That's right.
Yeah. And also playing, right? So subbed in a little bit last year. So actually a technical rookie player.
Technical rookie, yes. Our second technical rookie, because Nails also counts as a rookie. So 25 players named, only 2 rookies so far.
There you go, Bowmasher.
Which are we're getting quotation errors of rookies as you played a little bit. So first full inaugural season, we'll say.
So, and I'm gonna repeat what Santa said. So when life gives you lemons, make a bunch of THL teams. So that's accurate.
But they were limes.
That is accurate. God. All right.
I have to get the season. So Bowmasher, December is probably after the season is over. So that is good planning. Good job, Bowmasher. also good for you for 4 kids and not crazy. Nice job.
Well, he has to equal the. He's going to go for 5, right? Because we have BGs. Or to say he's got to equal the amount of series. So
right.
Yeah.
So if you have 5 teams,
I would say if he has 4 kids and himself, he has a THL team.
Oh yeah,
that's true. Just got to raise them right, get them in.
Yeah, so Legacy season 51, we'll start to see little Bowmasher, coming up in the 5 seed. It'll be
Masher.
It's just Bowmashers all the way down.
Yeah. So, okay, where are we now? We're on team number 7. So, take her way down
to number 8.
Golden Wisps MPV's team, always lethal in the 1, Mick in the 2, MPV in the 3. Is it Steve? I believe it's Stev in the 4. Stev and Roadrunner in the 5. Now, interestingly enough, these are 3 rookies. So we've had 2 rookies to this point. We have 3 in Always Lethal, Stev and Roadrunner in Legacy this season. And none of these players played Legacy at all. So we had... or should I say, none of them played Legacy last season. So we have an 0-0 record last season, only a 7-9 lifetime. So not a whole lot of info to go off of outside of what we know about these players. And what we know is that Always Lethal is a dominant player. Mick, despite having a 3-6 lifetime record in Legacy, is a very good player. Roadrunner, a very strong 5 seed as well. So this is a team that I think that despite not knowing much about them because of recent lack of results, should still be a team to watch out for. It's one of those teams that maybe they're going to be a fringe playoff contender pushing for it. 1736 are a little bit below the PR that we've seen some of these other teams, but I think they can be competitive.
Yeah, I definitely think so. A lot of top 3 really playing in Pro Moro. MPV had a very solid year for themselves over in Pro, I believe. Always lethal, playing on Sheepy, so getting a very strong tenured over there in Pro, and Mick staying over there. Roadrunner playing with Rome last year in Hero, so has been playing in other series, so staying active. And Stev, pretty much from what we know is just a casual player who's started to kind of take it a little bit more seriously and pushing top legend the past. Top 1,000 legend the past little while, so looking to get into THL and make a splash for themselves and impact.
Taking 4s down with them. There you go. Okay. You ready for the next one, Gordon?
I am. Well, off the docket here, we've got your first team, or Blue Fish. That is captained by Hickett. In the number 1 seed, we're going to see Hickett. Number 2, RoboCats. Number 3, A2 Battleship.
The return.
4 seed coming down is Dead Snoop. And number 5 is Judo Chop. Still kind of the same for what we had just seen out of the Golden Wisps. Hickett, Dead Snoop, and RoboCats played a little bit there in the last, but Hickett and Dead Snoop really were your predominant players last time, 5 and 4 each of them. And A2 Battleship did not play last season, with Judo Chop coming in as a rookie for this squad at a 50 PR. But all have tenure, and at least I believe in A2 Battleship having a 6-9 record. Hickett spotting a nice, got it, a 10-6.
I don't get
27 and 22 lifetime record
Literally.
coming up for these guys. I would say surprisingly low
PR.
It's just an interesting way to. Usually, you see guys trying to max it out. Here you see almost what we saw, I guess, with Dad Legend over in Hero last. It was a PR that is going to be very jumbled. I mean, the 1 to 3 is going to most likely shift. You can see RoboCats or A2 jump to that 1 seed pretty quickly. So expect a lot of PR and seed shifting here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely a team that's not going to resemble the order that we're seeing today. Dead Snoop should be noted to played in the 3 seed primarily last season, and that 3 to 4 is probably the biggest drop off / jump, depending on the direction that you're going in THL. 1, 2, and 3 tends to be players that are always like top 1,500, 2,000 legend players consistently. Then you start to see like a pretty decent shift at 4, where sometimes you get legend players, sometimes you get players that are coming up from that 5 seed. So it's an interesting little cliff there, and I think Dead Snoop will probably perform pretty well, though who knows how long they'll stay. A2 Battleship could be down in that 4 seed, and maybe we'll see some ping pong between the two of them throughout the course of the season.
The insight is there, folks. All right, let's get to another somewhat known team. Trying to remember what their name is. Hold on a sec. I gotta look at the spreadsheet. Okay.
Are you forgetting one of the most storied franchises in Legacy history?
Dirty Mike and the Boys. So
they have merch.
They definitely have merch. So go check out the THL merch store, and you get yourself a Dirty Mike and the Boys gear, be it shirts, tank tops,
socks.
Yeah, socks. So get your hot socks there. So. All right, Lefty 2-1. One is captain of the team. So we got Kazargar, I guess, or Kazgar. Megu. Tony Montana. I don't think they played last season. I could be wrong.
They did.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm wrong. Perfect. On that's 2 for 2. So we get Astrofrog, and then we got Lefty coming in at the 5. So Lefty as a 5C player is pretty bonkers itself. And their team PR is 1774.6.
Not only did Tony Montana play last season, Tony Montana is literally the most experienced legacy player we have in THL. Beats out our hat by 1 game.
Oh God! Wow, Tony Montana. He actually helped Cass the other day, so it was good. Well, the other day, it was last 2 seasons ago. Really good.
That is not what I think of when I hear the term the other day. I mean, yes, you were technically correct. It was a different day than today, but that is not what that means.
Yeah, so I'll shut up now.
Oh, I mean, yeah, Judy Wagon, the boys, I know they had a bit of a struggle last season. These are the full 5 coming back, if I'm not wrong.
I do not believe you're wrong, unlike Saku.
Yeah, full 5 coming back. I mean, they were, I guess, it's tough to say they were average, but they were at best 4-4, 4-4, 4-4, 5-3 on Lefty, and then Tony Montana did have a tougher season at 1-7 in the 3 seed, but such a strong team, 156 to 167 over the lifetime. So throughout this squad, over 300 games of legacy experience, and I can't imagine it's going to be any different than what it was. Like, they're going to improve. There's a lot of PR jumbling that can definitely happen here.
Can happen, probably will happen. You know, anytime a team returns all of their players, you've got that continuity. And I think a lot of these guys are actually friends in real life as well as in THL. So you end up having that camaraderie. You have a lot of chemistry in terms of knowing what the other players like to do and building lineups, things like that. I've been on teams with some of these guys before in Hero too, so I know how their prep is. This is a team that maybe had a rough season, but I wouldn't count them out. They'll be a contender. They'll be pushing for playoffs for sure, just as they always do.
All right. Donde.
Number 11.
Back to me. All right. I don't know what you've got on the name card. Okay, yeah, you got the new name. Okay. Yeah, there was a name change. Not quite the 11th hour, but I didn't know if it was too late for the card. It's Team Justin. It's captained by Always Just in Time, 1-seeded by Always Just in Time, and then after that we have 4 rookies in Gamer Dude.
Holy.
Pokemon 661. Oh yeah, 4 rookies. Wild Rose in the 4, and Skirt Reynolds. I know Skirt Reynolds is not a THL rookie. Skirt is definitely a THL vet in the hero side of things, but has not played a game yet in Legacy. Pokemon 661 is the only one who has subbed in for 1 game last season, won it, 1-0. So we're going to see a lot of unknown here. 15-5 lifetime, with Justin being 14-5 of those. So he's pretty good. We know that. He was okay last season at 5-4, not bad. So we'll see if he can not only carry the team, lead the team as a captain, and also whip these 4 players into Legacy shape quickly. Do we think that a team with 4 rookies, I'll ask this question now because there's another team with 4 rookies coming up, no spoilers. Do we think that this team will be successful with 4 rookies? It's not often the case.
It's a very difficult thing to say. I mean, the biggest part is that they all, knowing these people, I was speaking to Justin a bit, they all have a lot of TESMA experience. Skirt obviously has a lot of THL experience himself, but Gamer Dude plays at the Carleton University in Canada. Pokemon playing as a freshman at UCSC, and Wild Rose playing at UMich. So there's a lot of experience here outside of THL, just because our stats here don't show it. I think they could surprise. I don't think Justin, although as he says, we're all named Justin, it's a meme. As the team says, he isn't just inflating his own ego there with Team Justin. They are all, in fact, named Justin as well.
Holy.
So I think it could be, he says we're a meme, but I think he might be wrong. You've got some strong players here. Just at the 550, Gamer Dude and Pokemon are at the 400, and Wild Rose is your, atypical 340 with Skirt coming in at the 50. it's a team you might have to watch out for. I don't think it's just the meme dream, as a different team would say.
Roadrunner with the name reveals. Yes, we just doxed all 5 of these players.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now you just have to
Sorry.
find the Justins at these various universities, and you'll be all
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
You
Just
you
just
will
yell
find
Justin.
all the Justins at
Yep.
those universities.
Anybody named Justin playing? Hello?
Just hit up Facebook and just start messaging every Justin you can find. I'm sure it
Yeah.
won't take long.
Not at all. Yeah, you could
You'll,
definitely
you'll find
those.
one just in time. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I gotta go now.
All right, I guess we're gonna just stay on this screen for the rest of the night. We'll keep reading the teams.
We just run to Saku's house very quickly.
All right, so we got Corden up with the next team.
It is me coming up. Yes, sir. We have F2L White coming at you right now, captained by none other than Mr. F2L, Ree Bobson. Number 1, Myanodon. Number 2, Venus Spumoni. Number 3, Rebob. 4, you have Slad. And 5 is Totino's Pizza.
Yeah.
Like the
There.
rolls.
Like the rolls. I almost said Tostitos Pizza. But that's not a thing.
That's mixed branding right there. Yeah,
That is, yeah. I mean, I would love some Tostitos with my pizza, but
I
this
feel like-
is a.
I feel like you're doing the Marshawn Lynch from Brooklyn Nine-Nine right now, where he talks about the pizza quesadilla,
Yeah,
the pizzadilla, because you're mixing Mexican food with the pizza rolls.
you're not wrong.
Pizza.
It's a phenomenal scene.
Oh God.
But yeah, back on track. Team looks very good. Venus Spumoni, we saw over in Hero, did extremely well for themselves. So coming in at the 2 seed here is a official Legacy rookie, which is very interesting to see Legacy as the second, I guess, series pickup. As I think it's one of the more popular with the amount of teams just looking for individuals to play.
Mhm.
But Vino is going to be coming in as the rookie for this team. Lifetime overall for the team is looking very nice at a 117 to 94. Miami sporting a very nice 46 and 34 leading off, but Rebob coming in as a 3 seed at 51 and 34. So Captain Rebob in a 3 seed is going to be a very nice time, and Vino, his addition is forcing Rebob down to that 3 seed.
Yeah, this is F2L, obviously somewhat of an institution here in THL for the past few seasons in every series, literally every series. Robobson has done a great job as a captain, and he was a former teammate of ours over at the Zilfs. And, shout out to Rebob for being a fantastic player and captain over there. I just look at this team, and I don't know, compared to some of the other teams that we're seeing, do they stack up well in each individual seed? Vino, a little unknown coming over into Legacy, but we know can perform from Hero. Myanodon, historically very, very good, struggled last season. Robobson, historically very, very good, struggled last season. So I think it's going to depend on whether they can bounce back and how they're feeling the meta this time around. Totino's is a great PR in that 5 seed, but has struggled lifetime THL at 9 and 13. So my expectations are a little tempered for this team, though I do think they're strong. I would be a little bit hard pressed to say that they're a favorite right now.
A favorite? Wow.
Oh no, I'd be hard pressed to say
Hard-pressed.
that. I do not believe. I do not believe they're a favorite right now.
So you heard it all, folks. Donde said they're a favorite team.
I will tell you whether they're making the playoffs once I see what conference they're in.
That's
That's just
hindsight's 2020.
that's right. So it could be free. You never know.
They could be in the free conference.
Yep.
Could be free.
All right. So I guess that we on to the next one.
On to the next one.
Another one.
Another one. There we go.
Love it.
We got Quaz bringing back his team from the depths of somewhere, the darkness, we'll call it.
Wherever he keeps them when he doesn't need it.
So we got the Cult Legacy. So we got T-Stew at number 1. We got Rice Bowl, Epic Mingo, Quaz in the 4, and his better half Sharkbait in the 5 at 1808.6 PR. Holy moly. I forgot what the record was for the Colt in Legacy. For some reason, I'm blocked out and thinking that they only played Hero, but
the Cult did not have a team in Legacy last season.
So
this is this is Quaz, the Cult leader, pulling from every corner of THL to form a team. This time around, a very, very top-heavy team with T-Stu, Rice Bowl, both 550s, Epic Mingo, that 475 rookie. So yeah, this is going for it all in those top 3 seeds. And if Quaz can perform in the 4 like he did in the 5 last season, a very, very strong team potentially. But that remains to be seen because the 4 seed is a strong step up a lot of the time from the 5 seed.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And he played in that 4 seed the entire time, or the 5 seed the entire time last season with SCDs, but gaining so much PR that he had to break up with the band and formed the Cult. And I mean, the biggest question mark here will be Epic Mingo coming into that 3 seed. You alluded to earlier, Donde, that the step up from the 3 to the 4 is such a difficult one. So seeing the rookie coming into the 3 at a 475, Epic Mingo knowing has a little bit of TESPA experience under their belt, as well as Quad says, he's the goat of all goats. So we'll have to see how Mingo performs in that coveted 3 spot there. Most likely going to be stuck there the whole time. But yeah,
Quaz is setting Epic Mingo up to either. I mean, anything short of a rookie of the season now is gonna look like a failure. Be calling him the GOAT. But I mean, 475 is a good PR for the 3 seed, especially if you're coming in to start THL at 475. You're a strong player there. But yeah, with T-Stu 8-0 last season, Rice Bowl 6-2 last season, they were obviously feeling the meta. This team will be fine prep wise. Quaz, good captain. I think they've got all the pieces to be a very, very good team. Just need to see if those bottom 2 can hang. And that I think will be the deciding factor for this team.
Agreed. All right, let's rip over to Donde's old team.
Yes, a team that did not exist last season and came back this time around. Do not adjust your TV sets. The number at the bottom of your screen is correct. This is Serenite Pain Gang, captained by Darkside. Pescatarian is the 340 PR 1 seed with Darkside in the 2 at 282.3, Walkerman at 162.2, Duocat and Bussinut, probably my favorite name of all time, at 50. And that is Darkside's brother, I believe. So all of these players are rookies except for Darkside. He has a 50 and 49 lifetime record, did not play in Legacy last season, so no stats to speak of. And 884.5 PR is, to my knowledge, the lowest PR. Yeah, the lowest PR of any team ever in Legacy to start with. So expectations there for the team with 250s in the bottom 2 seeds. It's going to be an uphill battle. It's going to be an uphill battle for this team. Darkside in the 2, I don't believe he's ever played above the 3. I know he's usually at home in the 4 seeds, so we'll have to see if this team can buck the trend and beat the expectations.
I was just about to say something that was probably not going to be good for the stream. But anyway, so it almost, you have to blink to see if there was a 1 in front of that 8 for the 884.
If there was a 1, it would be the illegal
over
team.
PR. Yeah, you're right. So, but wow. So,
yeah, not much info on most of these players here outside of, Pescatarian. We saw made a free agent post there. Walkerman was picked up very recently within the last day or so. Duocat, I know, is playing in Hero as well. So this is a player who's looking to jump in with both feet, so to speak. I don't know anything about Bussinut's credentials in terms of a player, just that I love the name.
Yeah. I mentioned that to Donde in a DM earlier this week, and if it's Darkside's brother, then good. That's all.
It's also Tuna sub backwards.
There you go. I didn't notice that. Tuna sub. Okay. God. All right, so let's rip over to... Is it me this time? No, it's Corden. You back, dude?
I am here.
Okay.
Live and in color.
So we got some discrimination going on here, and we don't have a PR.
Yeah, we are missing 1 PR here, but that is fine. We have the Not Justin team. captained by Automated Button. We've got Mr. Beluga 11 in the 1. Number 2, we've got Automated Button. Number 3, Jimbo. Number 4, NEU Pyro. And number 5, Ari Losner in the 5, which a PR we are not sure quite yet. So we'll see how this
Get your players registered.
Get you guys in. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge button. But the Not Justin team coming in, it's another team that's very TESPA oriented. We're going to see a lot of these guys coming in, a lot of TESPA experience coming through. Mr. Beluga, a top 500 legend player, playing on Northeastern squad. NEU Pyro as well, the name kind of suggests, did play at Northeastern, is now the coach of the Northeastern varsity and club squad. And the 5 seed there, Ari Losner, is newer to the game, but she was playing on the NU Black team last season. So it's very strong. I think a lot of these TESPA guys are going to surprise the THL. Not a lot of stats to go off of, but still very strong players playing in some high caliber, I guess, not leagues, but at least formats of their own.
Bingo. You said the L word.
Yeah, okay. So
that's on the card.
But I didn't say we were. Either way.
The context was irrelevant. It's just on the card. I'm just reporting facts here.
We have to get Dante's card checked first, so that may take some time to verify to see if he actually won. But yeah.
Yeah, this is a team that has, like you said, a lot of outside THL experience. Automated Button, the most within THL experience now, 2 seasons, but is first captaining. So and this is not Justin. Of course, we had Team Justin. Justin, always just in time, is a Northeastern guy as well. So I have to imagine that all of these people know each other and are friends, or otherwise it's just epic level trolling. It really is either way. But Jimbo didn't play last season. 7-3 though in their 1 season in THL, so that bodes well for a team that is sporting 3 THL rookies. So I think this is a team that could surprise. And the PR right now is 1671, with Ari Losner PR to still be determined. So I've been assured that it is a legal PR within the limits, but we'll have to wait and see once they get registered.
Okay, so get yourself registered. Not now, but right now. Yeah, we'll say that.
TeamHearthLegends.com. Hit the shop while you're there.
Google
also, while you're here in Twitch chat, make sure you sub if you have Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime Gaming. Go ahead and toss that over to us if you're not using it for anything. We appreciate it. It makes us help provide better content on a weekly basis, helps keep our shows going, put more merch in the stands, so to speak, that you can buy, that you can sport, that you can come on the streams, and we love you for it. So please do subscribe. Please, I need to keep the lights on.
All right, next team I'll be announcing is the Wallet Warriors. Nice Jewish Owl captaining this team with Dragon Ninja at the 1, Nice Jewish Owl at the 2, Tavin at 3, Sam Seas Ghost at 4, and then Mojo Pow at the 5. Typically a 3-player if I remember correctly. But wow, what a team! So coming in 19.1 for PR status.
Yeah, Mojo, a legend player in the 5, is always a good thing. Went 3-5 last season, and that was in that 4 seed, as you mentioned. Most of this team's experience in THL comes from Mojo. 42-52 lifetime, with Nice Jewish Owl being the only other player to notch a THL record at 10-5 lifetime, 7-1 last season. So, this is going to be a team that is largely, again, dependent on its rookies, with Dragon Ninja, Tavin, and Sam Sees Ghosts, all having not played any THL. Sam did actually play in the THL Olympics, so he does have a little bit of a THL inroad, and this will be his first full season actually competing.
Yeah, a lot of the rookies here, I mean, it sounds like a broken record, but we're getting invaded by TESPA, it seems, but that's all right. The more the merrier. Dragon Ninja, TESPA player for FSU, and has actually played in a couple Masters tours. So looking like a very maybe could catch a couple one seeds by surprise in there, having a lot of tenureship and experience playing in some high caliber plays, and Tavin playing for SLU in the TESPA, and I suppose it has been placed in the top 25 nationally in the collegiate power rankings. So quite the feat there from Tavin. And Sam C's Ghost has been playing, and as Donde said, a lot of tournament, community tournaments, things like that, and active in quite a lot of Twitches and in the community. So a team that I think is going to probably surprise. I think these TESPA guys are going to be very good and bring a lot of welcomed competition into the THL there.
All these young guys are just making me feel old, man.
It's what happens, right?
They're in college, living their best lives, their best years, getting scholarships and playing Hearthstone, and I didn't even know that was a thing that would be in the future. When I was in college, I had to buy my own laptop and drink my own paid for Mountain Dew to stay awake while I was filling out, my raid stats in WoW, because that's what we did back in college to waste time, was play World of Warcraft when it was first coming out. And now Hearthstone, they actually want to give you scholarships. Like, I just wish I was born too soon, man. That's what it was.
The way it is, man. Born, and I think that's the first person I think has complained about born too soon, man. I think a lot of people think they were born in the wrong. They wanted to go back. You know what I mean?
No, let me be younger. Let me hit the time machine.
Let him hit the time machine.
Santa talking about EverQuest over here. Yeah, you're older than me, bud.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, the history is just coming straight out of here. So,
but yeah, we'll have to see how they do. I mean, the THL is a different monster, I suppose. Than I don't know how the TESPA necessarily runs. It's week to week. I haven't had the opportunity to watch many streams or tournaments or on the go. So we'll have to see if the load from these TESPA guys is going to be able to keep up, if they can maintain a strong showing here.
Strong. I'm just sorry. Chat is kind of getting a little strange.
Chat's been having fun tonight. I appreciate the chat.
Chat's got to put down the Mountain Dew.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit too hyped up on the old energy drinks.
No, I want more hype. Bring the hype.
There you go.
Bring the hype.
So,
all right. Jumping
Champions, you're not that much younger than me, man. Come
on. I'm probably the oldest guy on stream right now. So, anyway, go there. Donde, you got the next one, right?
I do, and this one will be a team that is fairly new as well, with a captain who has been around in Icer. It's the Cooler. I love the play on the captain's name, with the 1 seed as C Beak 1. I hope I pronounced that correctly. With Icer in the 2, Bremen in the 3, Snipe Hunter in the 4, and 2-star Mako in the 5. So we've got 2 players in Icer and Mako that have THL experience. 13 and 12 lifetime and legacy for Icer, 37 and 41 for Mako. He had a very, very rough season last season, 0-7, but that was in the 4 seed. So we're going to see him drop down to the 5 for now. Snipe Hunter's only 8.7 PR above him, so he could be bouncing back up to that 4. We'll have to see if he can build on, there's not much of a foundation to build on, I suppose, for Mako. Unfortunately, when you have an over season, it's a really, really frustrating experience. But Icer will hopefully whip him into shape. I'm sure he will extol the virtues of an all Murloc lineup, because that's how Icer be. So if you don't know Icer, you haven't really lived until you've seen four Murloc decks coming at you. But he'll pull it out. Seabeak is a 475 in the 1 seed. So this is a team that is not quite brushing up against the cap in terms of PR. And it's tough to evaluate these teams that have the 3 or even 2 rookies, especially with Mako struggling as much as he did last season. So I'm not exactly thinking this team will be one of the top performing teams out of the gate. Hoping that they can surprise and maybe push for some playoff relevance, but I don't know if that will be the case.
Yeah, like you said, it's tough to see with the rookies. I know Seabeck has been playing for quite some time, 2019, and Bredeman has been playing since beta. So they definitely have some Hearthstone tenureship under their belt. We'll just have to see if that can translate to some of these, considering THL will be a higher brand of Hearthstone.
Different style, yeah.
Style.
Yep, good old different style. So, I'm trying to think of anything else to add on there, but Mako coming over from HSA after they're taking a season off, so that's why he's floated over to help Icer out in his squad.
Yeah, I think it's like you said earlier, Donde. He doesn't really have a foundation to work off of, but I think he can just start building that foundation here with a relatively new team. I don't think there's a ton of pressure on them to perform outrageously well. If they're getting wins and breaking even, I think they're happy to build off of that, and with a lot of room to expand and to gain experience as thing goes on.
Exactly.
Chat might be getting a little restless, asking how many teams we've gone through. That's the second team.
Chat, come on, we're not even close.
We have the back quarter of teams to go through, and we haven't even spun the wheel yet. So plenty of excitement still to come tonight.
So speaking of excitement, Corey.
Speaking of excitement, yes. Now it's for a team that we have seen around the block a few times. We've got Flame Pimps, captained by Goose. We have Taco Cat in the 550 PR. Cyan Sheepies coming over for a technical inaugural season in Legacy, a second seed. Goose playing in the third, Boolean playing in the fourth, and Diddle playing in the 5 seed.
I thought this is a
Cyan
pro
Sheepies.
team at first.
Cyan Sheepies being picked up here is very nice, I think, for Flame Pimps, who had a bit of a struggle last season, but their first season, I think altogether last year or the 2 seasons ago, they played very well together. They were some of the favorites, with Taco Cat having a 10-6 lifetime. You can kind of see it with their lifetimes. Goose is 8-8, Boolean at a 10-5 as well, and Diddle at a 7-10 in the 5 seed. So very nice to see, with an overall lifetime of 35 and 29. Coming in decently under cap, but I think that's going to be fine. The 2-3 kind of jumbling around, but most of these players are going to be solidified in their seeds and hoping to steamroll through and have a season like they did their first time out.
Yeah, the Sheepies Cyan Sheepies coming over from the Pro Team Sheepies. Have to imagine that they would be considered one of the favorites to be Rookie of the Season, despite this being their first Legacy season. It is not their first THL experience by a long shot. So, great pickup there. Definitely going to be a help to this team, and if Goose and Diddle can turn those seasons from one ago around where they went 2-6, this could be a very, very strong team. They could be pushing that PR cap in no time, though Taco Cat already maxed out at 550. So yeah, I think this is a team to watch. A playoff contender last time around. Definitely the capability is there from each individual player. It's just a matter of putting it all together.
All right.
And yes, Taco Cat is a palindrome.
Right.
My favorite palindrome. Nice. Okay. All right, so we go on to the next team, which is captained by Pasca. It's called Seek Guidance. I like the team logo myself. So we got...
And the period is very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to make sure the period was on there. So it's straightforward, to the point, to the period, I guess. Anyway, so we got Y the Hunter in the one spot, Magnificent at the second seed. We got Skittles at the third, fourth Snake Fods, and then we got 5 Jolt C. So coming in at 16.1 PR. What is it? Two players from MPW? I believe. Yeah, Skittles and Snake Fods from Once Upon a Time.
Yes. Yeah. Frequent collaborators with Pasca on their teams. And Y the Hunter and Magnificent we saw in Pro as well. and Magnificent just kind of everywhere in this season upcoming as well.
Yep.
Neither of these players have had a full season yet in Legacy. They've both had a little bit of a dabble with Why the Hunter, playing once in a 1-0 sub 2 seasons ago, with Magnificent 2-2 last season. So they'll both qualify as a rookie this season at the 1 and the 2 seeds. So it's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, they're big high seed rookies for sure, but not with a lack of experience, and that's for sure. So Skittles has struggled historically in Legacy, went 1-2 last season in Sub Duty, 8-11 lifetime. Snake Fods moving in the right direction at 22 and 23 now lifetime, with Jolt C being a very strong 5 seed at 10 and 5. So I like this team, very balanced team, but I will say Pasca, we talked about snake bitten teams. Pasca is one of those guys that seems like he has good teams that just seem to struggle early, like their playoff team, and then they struggle in that first round of the playoffs and they get knocked out unexpectedly. So we could see if Pasca can break the curse.
It should be interesting to is he going up against I'm trying to look for Agent PWE, or what team they were on. Oh.
Roughly an hour ago, we announced the light showers.
Yes. So,
you sure that wasn't about a year ago?
Almost a year ago.
How many kids did you have then, Gordon?
It depends on Saku's timeline. Personally,
yeah,
it was.
Being 50 years old, I lose track of time pretty quickly. So, anyway, on to the next team, which would be for actually Donde.
Dad Legend.
Speaking of dads.
Speaking of dads, which I think we've had this discussion before, which team has the most kids, and Dad Legend obviously up there. I know Hot Zilfs has quite a few. We traded Rabobson for Jammies, who is childless. That was our trade there, but the rest of us have multiple, at least one kid. Anyway, back to Dad Legend. This is important. Yellow Dart is the captain. Honest Zabe is the 1 seed. Your Mumked in the 2. Ducharmo in the 3. Blue Spartan in the 4. And Haster in the 5. So I'm surprised not to see Yellow Dart play. I'm sure it's largely because PR just did not allow it.
And Twins.
But these are all players that did at least 500, with the exception of Haster last season, with Honest Zabe at 7-3 leading the way, and has historically been a very, very good player in Legacy at 47-31. So this is one of those extremely experienced teams, players that have been in THL for a long time, with the exception of Haster, who has only notched 2 seasons in THL. I say only, but that's still a lot more than a lot of players that we've talked about tonight. But they're 152 and 91 lifetime, so they are winning
152. Holy crap.
Yeah, about 60% of the time. And I don't know if y'all have done the math on this, but you play 5 matches a week in THL. If you win 60% of your matches, that means you're winning 3 of your matches, which means you're winning the week. So this is why Dad Legend wins most of their games. That is the formula that you should aspire to follow if you're in THL. Win 3 of your matches, win the week.
Right.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
Who is your daddy and what does he do? And that is win 60% of their matches.
Yeah,
Who did my cookies?
This isn't a run back, I don't believe, right?
There's a couple.
Not entirely. I don't think it's an entirely a run. I mean, all these players played last season, but I don't think it's. I don't think all
it's
on
a
this
Dad
team.
Legend run back. Yeah.
No.
So I think your Mumkid might be the pickup here. I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head. I'm not too sure, but just I know Dad Legend kind of got beaten out into the first round of the playoffs as they were trying to get through. I believe it was it Zilfs or
no? We played Bank Yugi's fan club in the first round of the playoffs. It would have been a Noyo team. They beat a Noyo team the first time of the playoffs. Yes, they did. And your Mumkid was on the team. So this is actually a full run back. This is the exact team.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the second round Zilfs. You guys beat Dad Legend.
That's correct. Yes. We did beat Dad Legend in the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, looks like it's the run back, and I mean, why not? Got to the semis, and well, you lost to the Legacy champions. So clearly, you didn't do anything wrong per se, but losing to the champion is I guess the way you want to lose if you're going to do it. And Dad Legend just looking to be a dominant team once again.
Yeah. Clearly, something was working. If your team is one of the last 4 standing, you're doing something right. They're coming in 1806.5. I think we have the wrong PR on the screen there.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So they're a little bit closer to cap than it appears. So they're, actually the loss in the semifinals because I think they would have been over 1850 before that loss in the semifinals. So you're welcome, Yellow Dart and Bad Legend.
Yeah,
always trying to help him.
It's looking good.
Yellow Dart's a great guy, and I'm just trying to help him out whenever I can. He cheers for the Raiders, so it's kind of, I feel bad.
He needs it. He needs the little bit of great time there. But looking good. They were the top seed going into the playoffs last year. So from the Yellow Conference.
Oh, it's gold.
Gold. Yellow.
Gold shines, man.
Same difference, different day.
All right, Gordon, you ready for the next team, sir?
Roll me in.
Bam.
Bam, wham. We've got the Stubs. Captain is Osmonaut. We've got Downtown in the 1, Blue Jay in the 2, Gambler in the 3, Osmonaut in the 4, and Curry Finway in the 5. Complete run back, I believe, from last season. They are a 111 and 114 win-loss lifetime, with Osmonaut pulling a bang on 54-54. So couldn't be more on brand there, with just a perfect 50 across the board from them. I know a little bit of a struggle last season. Downtown, I think, had a bit of a challenge in that 1 seed. Got brought down a little bit in PR, but with Blue Jay coming up into the 2, I expect this team to definitely turn things around. Coming back, they got that first season with a few new people on, and there's nowhere to build but up after having an okay season as they did last year.
Yeah, and you hit it right on the head. This is definitely a full run back for this team, so we should see some good synergy, good communication from these players. However, DeStubbs is one of those teams. Osmonaut is a former championship captain of DeStubbs, so this is a team that has the pedigree to be a team that takes it all, and they always seem to be one of those teams that hangs around and is at least a playoff contender. So to count them out because they had a bad last season is wrong, but the competition is only getting stronger, so they're really going to have to step up their game. Just like Hero, Legacy is strong across the board this time around. Going to need to see if Blue Jay does overtake Downtown, if they can hang in the 1 seed. Kura Finway's been the rock on this team. 5-3 last season, 32-30 lifetime. Also leads the league format series in times I have probably misspelled their name, both in my head and out loud, or mispronounced their name, I should say, because it's not very. I think it's like a Scottish or a Welsh name, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a solid team, better than they look on paper. I would be concerned if you take them lightly that you're gonna end up on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
You're gonna eat them words if you take them lightly.
There you go. Don't take the Stubs lightly, or you get shrimped. So. All right, so we're on to Illidan's Death Knights there. So J.R. Juggerlaw is captain with a fantastic player named Earl in the 1 seed. We got J.R. Juggerlaw in the 2, Jespine in 3, Bitbeaker in 4, and Mighty Biz in 5. With 1633.7 PR. So there was a note where did it go? It is so Earl used to play on Swagoy back in the day when he had a legacy team, and he played for a few other teams as well, and then parted to just play Hearthstone. I don't know if he's going for pro or what it was, but something happened along the way. So.
Yeah, when he played well, 18-10 lifetime, and perennially a 1 seed as well with that 529 PR. So definitely a good pickup, even if it's not a recent record. He's going to perform well in that 1 seed most likely. JR in the 2, he played in the 3 last season for most of the way, I believe, and was 3-4. So we'll have to see how he responds to moving up to the 2. He is a 60-59 lifetime player, so plenty of experience. Definitely will have played against most of these 2 seeds that are kicking around THL. I think the interesting thing is that this team has a lot of returning players, like Bitbeaker has not played in THL for a while, but has about 30 games of experience in THL. So it's going to be maybe stepping away from THL for a while, coming back. The team, these players will be a little refreshed and be able to respond well to. Maybe some of the opponents won't know their tendencies as well, which can be very helpful when you are scouting out your opponent. You don't have a whole lot of recent stuff to review, recent lineups to review. Obviously, a new meta, new expansion will change what people's plans are as well. So this is another rookie, single rookie team with Jasmine in the 3. No games played yet, and it should be interesting to see how this team responds. Always seems to be competitive.
Yeah, just fine playing in 2 series, actually, coming in as a rookie, as we just saw them in Hero as well. So looking to dip their feet and their toes into a little bit of all the THL has to offer, which is really great to see. And, that shows confidence in their play. So clearly in the 3 seed, looking good and going to be looking for a strong start to that rookie year for Legacy.
All right, folks, so we're down to our final 3 teams before we get to the Wheel of Doom and to see which conference is free. So, Donde, take the next team.
We have the Defias Brotherhood, another long-standing team here in THL, captained by Comp. Wild 9 is your 1 seed at 550 PR. Classy Thug, a pure rookie with a 500 PR. Neb Canuck in the 3. 321.5. Comp playing in the 4 at 308.6, and then Eeks at 75.1. So their PR is 1755.2. Not on the card there, but that is the official PR for this team. So they are a returning top seed in the, I want to say it was the Red Conference? Gold Conference,
gold,
sorry.
Yep.
No, they were gold. They were topping gold, yeah.
Yep, top and gold. Did well, and then faltered in, I believe, the semifinals there to the to SCD. So they just fell short of the championship round, which is, of course, as we talked about Dad Legend, a good reason to bring back as much of your team as possible, with only the new player being Classy Thug there. So we had Wild 9, who was dominant at 8-1, is 18-5 lifetime, is just a very, very strong 1 seed. One that we don't talk about a lot. We talk about like the Pythons of the world. We talk about Avi all the time. Players that have been around THL for a while, but Wild 9 doesn't get mentioned in the same breath as those players, and he should, because he is an absolutely stellar player. And if you're playing against him, it's going to be a tough week that week. So good luck to the players in Wild's conference. But yeah, Neb Canuck also was 5-5 last season, stepping up from the 4 to the 3 seed. Eeks a very solid 5-5 in the 5 seed. So another team that is very, very good, has a lot of returning players, and should be a competitive team for the championship.
Yeah, lost Jester there, which is huge. Jester performed very well for Defias. Comp having actually stepping in, having to captain as well as play, and picking up Classy Thug as Hockey Boys is no longer playing for Defias this year. So a little bit of a shakeup for Defias, as they had that very strong season, and we'll have to see how Classy Thug performs. And Comp obviously has the experience in Legacy, but did not get any games in last season. So we'll have to see if they can continue on with that high good streak that they had.
Yeah, I think the Classy Thug edition will be strong. Hockey Boys did have a down season last season at 3-6, so losing a player of his caliber is always tough, regardless of how they performed the previous season. But I don't think that they're going to be too hurting in the record department with the change. And then Comp, yeah, he's 50-64 lifetime, but a lot of experience, and will certainly be competitive in that 4 seed.
So what was their seed again? Somebody was asking. Geranium was asking in the
1755.
1755, buddy.
That is the correct seeding. Yes.
Yes, this is the correct order for the team.
Yeah. Comp is in at the 4, Eeks at the 5. This is Correctamundo.
Go. All right. Second last team.
Yeah.
Cord.
Well, we had fish last year. We have bluefish this year. How about throwing in a red fish? We have red fish coming out with Trito 2 as the captain. Karatidom coming in number 1. Ariel at the 2 seed. Truth AM at the 3. Trito 2 coming in at the 4. And 2 Fly at the 5. Karate did not play last season. Actually, their whole 1 through 3 not having any games last season. And Ariel and Truth AM coming in as the rookies of the season for this team.
Do we have a rookie count? Sorry to interrupt.
We don't have a rookie count, but there is a lot of technical rookies, I guess, if you want to place it that way, for Legacy.
32.
32. There you go.
32 official qualified rookies this season
for Legacy. So that's insane. So God. Enough to go around for every team. Ariel and Truth AM being, I believe, not playing in any series at all just yet. Brand new players. So looking to see how that can be put together. Trito coming back with a 20-16 lifetime, and Two Fly on a 10-7, I guess. Hopefully we'll see them. We want them in the same conference. We want them in different conferences. The Fish Dots.
Oh, I want them in the same conference.
Right? They got to come at it just to see how it goes.
Some fish on fish action.
Fish on fish action. But Ariel is actually an up-and-comer player from France. Just really picked up the game not too long ago, and consistent legend player on both NA and EU. And Truth AM has been pretty active in chat and in looking for a team. So glad that they got picked up there, playing since GVG, and typically hits legend for himself. So it's going to be good to see how strong these players are coming through here.
Yeah, Trito and Two Fly, the 4 and 5 seed respectively on this team, both went 3 and 6 last season. The only ones with actual gameplay last season on this team. But that is so misleading because both of those players have a very positive lifetime record, with Trito at 20 and 16 and Two Fly at 10 and 17. So if you take those, 3 and 6s away, they would have, closer to like 60 to 70% win rates in Legacy. So, last season was a season a lot of people struggled in that meta that were otherwise very, very good players. Like we talked about Heat Shock back in Hero, 2 and 8. Guys like that are just absolutely almost infallible, really struggled in a very weird meta. So guys like Trito and Two Fly as well should bounce back pretty well. And I think this team will be a bit more competitive than it would otherwise look just looking at the records.
Yeah, so speaking of records, let's go to a non-record. I couldn't roll that in. I couldn't segue anything into this team that's coming up next. So apologies for my oldness and
let's do it for the memes.
Unoriginality. So last team, it's the Mean Dream Team. So captained by Clone, coming in with Easy Bake at the 1, Cloned at the 2, Interval at 3, F Srirachi. I always mess that up and call it FSO Race 1. Apologize. And My Curse at the 5. So PR is 16.9. Big team. I just wanted to see.
Yeah, this is a full run back as well.
Yeah, I was just gonna double check there, see if it was another.
The only difference is that Clone is captaining. Interval stepped down as captain, and Clone picked it up.
Gotcha.
But the actual lineup is still identical to last season.
Wow. And how did they do last season?
They were pretty middle of the pack. I think there was a chance actually they could have made playoffs, and they were just shy of that weird kind of. They had to have a certain amount of points, and the teams that were guaranteed had to not. It came down to the last week, and I know they did just kind of miss out on it with across the board. 4 and 4, 4 and 4, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 4. If you call it average, I mean, you pretty much cut it right down the middle. 20 and 19 on the season, just pulling ahead in that positive win-loss. But for lifetime, we're looking at 66 and 51. So there's definitely the experience here. Mike is having his first season there, and Interval coming in for the second season. So there's a lot of experience here, and I expect these guys can definitely bring it with just missing out on the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They can definitely be a contender for sure.
Yeah, and as Fish brought up in chat, they started 0-3, finished 3-5. So that means they were positive in the back half of the season at 3-2, and pushing that final playoff spot. I think they finished 6th in the conference. Although a lot of that is, they lost the last week of the season in a 1-point loss to the eventual 1 seed of their conference, Defias Brotherhood. So they pushed them to the absolute brink, which means to me that this team can hang with anybody. They've proven they can hang with anybody, and it's just a matter of getting a few more points every week, turn a few of those losses into wins by picking up that third game instead of dropping that third game, and you have a playoff team. So Neem Dream Team definitely in the conversation for a playoff contending team.
Okay, so that closes off our 24 teams for the Legacy Series. So it's going to do some shuffling here. So that's going to bring up our lovely wheel.
Wheel of Fortune.
The squeaky wheel of chaos.
Okay, so rearranging some icons, and there is the wheel.
All right, THL, get your rigged ready, get your freeze ready. Here we go, spinning.
We got
on.
Let's do it.
Just gonna rearrange some of the conference labels here, and we're good to go. So. First spin, Red Conference.
Remember, there are 3 conferences.
There's 3? Oh, snap.
Yeah, Silver Conference as well.
God damn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We'll just slap that in the middle somewhere.
Blue.
Blue fish in a red conference.
That's like, yeah, it's really weird to look at.
That's it.
So you know what you need to do now.
You know what has to be done.
What am I doing?
Can't hit Redfish any of the other conferences.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Silver Conference is large.
That is a large conference.
It is not large anymore. So now we're going over to Gold Conference.
All right. Coming in first into gold.
You almost did it. It's so close to the Redfish.
You almost goofed, but there it is. Meme Dream Team coming into the Gold Conference this season.
See if I can mess up Yellow Dart by getting Dad Legend into Silver. He hated it last time that happened, and
just want to do it so bad. All right, wheel is spinning. What will be? That is the Wallet Warriors coming into the Silver Conference.
Back over to Red.
All right, we got to put the fish here. The Stubs coming into the Red Conference.
Gold.
Too early to make any calls yet. 3 conferences.
Defias is the Gold Conference. All right.
All right. So looking to do a repeat in the gold, maybe Defias is. Top of the gold last year, maybe looking to do it again. So it tracks. We're on track for them. Hey. Tenured and veteran team, Dirty Mike and the boys fitting themselves into the Silver Conference.
Oh, Team Justin just getting there.
Just sneaking in.
So now we need not Justin, also in the red. So red is pretty much decided at this point.
For sure. 100%. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. All right. The Cults going to the Cold Conference. So we're still safe on what we want Red Conference to look like.
Saki, you can do the right thing here.
I can't do the right thing. The wheel decides. Really, it really does.
Oh, man. Oh, no.
No.
Taco, no.
Ruined
Not
it.
Justin. All right, so now we have to make sure they're cross-conference combatants.
They will ultimately be the determining factors of their own fate. All right. Coming into the fourth team, STDs going into
Also
the red,
red.
conference. Yeah, we were red last season too. So,
I mean, it worked for you for the most part. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, that tracks. It definitely tracks. All right.
CG to gold.
Hanging going to gold.
Let's go Yellow Dart.
Really wants to stick Dad Legend in silver.
Silver just flipped over the left side of my screen. I was not prepared.
Oh, yeah. All pros are missing in the Silver Conference. Yeah. APM getting in there.
I got to say, Silver seems to be shaping up to be pretty strong right now.
Yeah, Silver does look pretty filthy at the moment. All right. Fifth team, the Cooler, coming into red conference as well. The cooler of the conferences, if I have to say so myself.
Crickets.
Let's see what else we have in store for the Gold Conference. It is the Flame Pimpins coming into Gold Conference.
Now, who gets to join the fray in silver?
Well, we got our fingers crossed for Dad Legend, right? Oh!
It looks like Illidan's Death Knights.
IDK getting into the silver. Yeah, silver looks very scary right now. They're looking very strong.
Yeah, I think silver's going to be one of those conferences, it looks like, where some of the top teams, top title contenders might not even be playoff teams.
Yeah, which is just, I guess, the wheel of doom, the chaos that ensues. Speaking of chaos, there is chaos theory.
Saku, were you paying attention on how to do a segue right there? Because Corden just nailed
it. Sliding into the red conference.
Noted.
All right. Well, we will take this golden opportunity to slide Dad Legend into the gold conference.
Yellow Dart, I was hoping you were getting into silver, dude, but you got back into gold.
Gold Conference is shaping up as well. You got some of the top performing teams there. Dad Legend, Defias, Flame. It's looking very strong over there. Two of the top performing teams from last season sitting in gold right now.
Oh, there we go. Speaking of the champions.
Yeah, speaking of top performing, Silver Conference, have fun over there, Don.
Yeah, Silver's going to be a ride.
Have fun, buddy. Wow. That is a tough one.
Red
All right, we're getting down. We're getting down to it. Seek guidance, please. Coming to the red conference.
Holy moly. Okay.
Get that period in there.
Yep.
All right. Coming into the second last team for Gold Conference. Who's joining?
Lights.
Not the Golden Wisps. It is the Light Showers, so still on brand.
Yes. Agent PWE, you're welcome.
All right, so we have to expect the Golden Wisps to get slotted into Gold Conference at this point. I think that's what we're all waiting for, right? All right, Silver.
Sting.
Oh, Saku, you've lasted so long.
Ruined.
One spin away. Red Fish goes to Silver. So this is still fine. It still lines up that Red Conference and Silver just need to do the crossovers together, right? It's still a possibility.
It is definitely a possibility.
All right, Red Conference. We have F2L White joining the Red Conference. That means Red Conference is solidified at this point. And with the second last spin, can we hit the on brand?
Yes, we
do.
Sure can.
Do.
Oof.
You ask, I make sure it happens.
Hey, you know what? Golden Wisp.
Oh my
coming
goodness,
into
Silver.
the Gold
Silver is going to
Conference.
be bumpy. So
Well, let's spin this wheel one more time.
Ceremonial. Does it ever stop?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's just the background with the color. AFG spinning. Slightly in the 3 o'clock position. AFG sliding into the Silver Conference.
Okay. Look at this dangerous bunch of conferences.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be very well. Its Red Conference is looking very strong. You've got some teams that are looking to make some name for themselves and looking to prove. Silver Conference has the defending champions in Hot Zilfs. Illidan Death Knights did very well for themselves. AFG probably one of the favorites at the moment. Maybe looking from their team makeup based off of that looked very strong. But Gold Conference is another monster altogether. I would say Defias and Dad Legend in the same conference, the top two performing from last season with a lot of individuals looking to also make a name for themselves. So conferences seem decently spread out.
100% spread out. So, okay. This brings us to our lovely discussion. Oops, except for that. There we are. Okay. So we're going to start from left to right. We'll go with Donde with your top 5 picks for the BGs.
For the BGs.
We'll start with BGs.
I mean, as we talked about, top 5 is most of the.
It's a good chunk. It's quite more than half of the squad. I think maybe a top 3 would be fine for
we'll
BGs.
do top 3, top 5, whichever.
Yeah, I think top 3.
8. We'll do top 8.
Top 8? Okay, that's good because Don Daith will be probably 8th. Trying to go back to the rosters here. Of all the things I have up on my screen, that is the one thing that somehow got closed.
Oh,
I know.
End stream.
Just end it now. Here we are. Okay. So looking through, I have to say that Concede Your Match is almost a guaranteed top contender, if not number 1. So I would have them there. Probably Risky Refresh as well would be in my top 3. After that, I think it gets a little bit more muddied, but I'm going to go with Friends of Bob as my 3rd.
Okay. Corden.
yeah. No, definitely good picks there. I have to follow. I think Concede Your Match. You'd be crazy not to select them. They've been top the past 2 seasons, and with the powerhouses that were Lemurs and Bob's Bounty Hunters not coming back, I think Concede Your Match is a great opportunity here. I would say probably I'd like to see Team Phantom Force. They did very well. I'd love to see them continue that powerhouse of a season they had. And I got to shout out my boys, the Venaries Virtuosos. Just missed out on playoffs last year, so I think everything's going to look good.
Okay. And I got Phantom Force doing some things this season. So Sharkbait is going to be the I wouldn't say questionable, but basically depending on what their God, I forget what it was called. Their points are. So the rest of the team can help her move along fairly quickly. So I got Risky Fresh in there, and just for giggles, and just for jammies, I got Donde the 8th. I got Brushy and Jam. I got Brushy and Jammies full carry for Donde and my antidote.
Glad someone believes in us.
I do think that the third, 3-4 is going to be very tight for playoffs.
Yeah.
I think 1 and 2 might be pretty on the nose with, we've all picked very similar teams. But I think the 3-4 is going to be up in the air for BGs this year.
Agreed. So we'll get to see that. So, all right. So that will bring us to Hero, which I'll start myself with the top 5 at a glance. I'm going to say Even without Turt, is looking pretty strong. We got really vote with some confidence is another one. This is not in any particular order. I got Mast in there because I gotta play my team card. So that leaves with 2. Wow. No pros here. I'm gonna say they get back into it again.
They're shaking off some rust. No pros here. Get last ballot from Saku.
That's right. And then I'm going to go with the Jammies train, which is anyone playing Maestra is going to be the wild card factor. So, the 5. So, anyway, Corden, next.
Staying loyal to the James. I like it. It's nice. So no particular order for myself. I really like Tam-Pams. They're looking very strong with the addition of Sunday. I do honestly think Bolnir's Jams are also going to do extremely well.
Thank you.
I have to shoot Dad Legend on my own team. Think we're going to do very, very well. Even without Turt, seems very illegal, but looks to be very, very good. And my last team, I'm going to say Snakes on a Campaign.
Yeah. With some Dr. Bomb and Mr. Python and Snake. Yeah, that's a good pick.
So I definitely have a couple that I will generally agree with. I'm obviously going to shout out my own team, Bolner Jams. I believe will be strong. Playoff team from a season ago. So I'm going to put us in that top 5 as well. Dad Legend is perennially in that top 5, so it's hard to say no to them as well. NPH, again, dominant last season. None of this is shocking. These are top 3. These are 3 of my top 5. This is where I'm going to deviate a little bit, I guess. I definitely have vote of some confidence somewhere in the top 5. Sage teams, with the exception of HSA last season, tend to do very, very well. And I am also a big fan of @Diamond. Not just the ping of Diamond, but the team of Diamond. Lotus Knight and Justin at the top there are super duper strong. And I think Mick has a strong case to be the rookie of the season. So @Diamond, if nothing else, a dark horse to win it all, in my opinion.
Oof.
All right. Now, Legacy Donde, you want to start off with your top 5 there?
Okay, so I've been going through this whole thing and trying to look at it from a conference basis because, like I said before, I think there are some teams that are, like Silver in particular, there's going to be teams that would be playoff caliber teams in some of these conferences that are just not going to make it. So looking at most, I think we're probably going to see most of the top teams not be out of Silver just because of the competition level. So we'll see teams in Gold and Red have better records, but the teams in Silver will have worse records but be very dangerous come playoffs. So the first team that jumps out to me as a potential not only playoff team but a contender in Red is Chaos Theory. I would have Chaos Theory and SGD probably as my 1-2 there in Red. I would say both are, playoff caliber teams, not only that but championship caliber teams. So I'll say Chaos Theory and STD are right at the top for me. Gold, it's hard to not look at Light Showers and think that they're going to be, if not the best team in Gold, one of maybe the 2 best, right alongside maybe Dad Legend. So I'm looking at those as the top 2. Defias is one that I think is kind of a sexy pick because of their performance last season, but Gold is so strong that I think Defias might struggle a little bit more than they did before. So I'm going to say that those are my top 2 teams in each Red and Gold, and then Silver is probably going to be some combination of AFG, Zilfs, APM, and Wallet Warriors in the top 4. Like, if those are the top 4 teams, I think will emerge from Silver, but I think that everybody's going to cannibalize each other so hard that we'll probably be looking at something like a 5 or 6 win team being maybe I would say like 6-3 or 6-2-1 will be your top team in Silver. So I'll still shout out Zilfs because we've got the championship banner, and I'll say that we'll have a chance to be top there. But AFG is probably going to be nipping right at our heels.
Corden.
Yeah, no, very well thought out. I mean, that's what you got to really think when you're looking at these. The conferences are set. I mean, you'd love for everyone to do well, but I think I'm on the same side with the Red Conference there with Donde. Although I have to put SCDs above Chaos Theory for bias reasons, but we also got to the finals last season, and I think if anything, we've improved or stayed very similar to what we were last year. And Chaos Theory just missing out on playoffs last year. Is and looking to probably come back with a vengeance. So I'd agree with that one there. Gold Conference, I really like Light Showers here. It's a bit of a throw, but not a throw, but it's. I see this team doing very well with a very strong squad of nails and like Rusi in the bottom. So Geranium, I think, put together a very good team, and getting Agent in the one there too. So I think Light Showers coming to the gold, and honestly, Dad Legend did do very well for themselves. I think Defias might have had a little bit too many changes in the
Screen change, buddy.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
In last season. So I think I'm liking Dad Legend and Light Showers coming out of there. And then Silver is, as Donde said, it's a very tight knit. Everyone's going to be chasing everybody. I'm liking AFG and Hot Zilfs out of Silver Conference. As spicy as that is, and I think everyone's going to be right on top of each other, I think it'd be crazy not to pick the returning champs with arguably exactly the same thing, even got better or very similar style, and AFG just looks very dominating.
Oh boy, I can't disagree with any of the picks you guys have said. So I'm just gonna go with what you guys said. It's just hard to actually argue against the Hot Sylphs coming out of Silver. Light Showers is super strong, and out of Red, I don't know, it's like rolling the dice. So you got STD, you got Team Justin. So yeah, Chaos Theory, God. But that's pretty much it. Are you guys surprised?
Are we surprised by your picks, or
No, I'm not surprised by the picks, but the 2.5 hours that we've pushed into this content tonight.
No, we wanted to bring the best quality content to the masses, bring all the stats, bring as much analysis as we possibly can. And I really was trying to make sure we get every team their due, because everybody who plays in THL is super important. Everybody who captains, everybody who plays, everybody who participates in any way, content-wise, otherwise. Just want to make sure that you all know that we, want to boost you up individually as well as a team, and give you as much attention as the next. We may not know you yet. We will know you in our weekly shows. We'll definitely talk about everybody more and more. So I think it's very important that we start everything off on the right foot, and really dig into every player and every team, because this is the time when everybody has hope for the championship. 3 or 4 weeks from now, that might not be the case, but for right now, everyone's got got those championship aspirations.
That's right. Yep. And with some of the seasons either going 11 weeks, like the Hero Series, how many weeks is this going to be for Legacy? It's going to be 8 weeks.
It's going to be 9 weeks. 7. Oh, yes. This is something that we talked about on the Captain's channel. And so it's going to be 7 weeks, obviously playing everybody in your conference. And then there's going to be 2 random cross-conference games, one in each of the conferences you do not reside. So if you're in Silver, you'll play one team in Gold, one team in Red. It will be randomly figured out at the beginning of the season for fairness purposes. So we'll have no idea who you're playing until Lord Hat does the sheets. So that's to give everybody a little bit extra time. 7, when we did the 8x8x8 was too short, we felt like last time, and 9 gives a little bit more depth to season while not potentially running us into another expansion.
Huh. Well, there you go. News on the fly.
Indeed.
All right. Trying to think of anything else. So from a caster side of things, if you are definitely interested in trying out for casting the shows itself or for THL matches, just again reach out to Donde, myself. Who else is running the show? Mako is probably a good person to talk to as well.
Lotus Knight, of course.
Lotus, yes.
I mean, you could reach out to any of the casters as well. Yeah,
That's
reach out
right.
to Fish.
Yeah.
You can reach out to myself. I'm typically casting as well, and if I can't answer your question, I can definitely get a hold of somebody who can.
Yep.
And get you in.
So
that's
also
no
to note.
problem.
Yeah. Also to note. So when we're trying to do scheduling of the THL matches, I'm going to be DMing you guys. So I know we didn't really mention it too much in THL chat itself, but that's prepare for DMs, and we're also going to try and get if players are able during the THL matches to actually have their cams on if they wish. So that's something else we're going to try this season. So
Definitely. Yep.
Nice.
So similar to the Master Series. Yeah.
Yeah, try to keep it equal to qualifiers there. The new, or not qualifiers, but the Masters tours. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So if you get a friend invite from a guy named Saku, it ain't spam. So.
It might be spam, but still add it. It's good spam.
Exactly. So, all right. So that's going to be wrapping it up here for tonight. I want to thank Donde and Gordon for taking a few hours, well, pretty much all week prepping for preparing a good show like this, the team reveals for the last 2 days. So thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Saku. Always excited to do these. Like I said, it's one of my favorite shows of the season. Getting us ready for the THL Brawl in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
Season's coming up here. Real exciting. And I just want to wish everybody the best of luck. Obviously, when you're not playing me or my team, I only wish you some of the luck, but still enough that you have a good time and don't think that I'm a no-luck loser. Other than that, yeah, this is going to be another fun THL season, and I hope everybody is as pumped as I am.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I love being on. Reveal Stream's awesome. Being able to see the amount of teams coming out, the new rookies, the people playing in series they never have before, Hero Legacy, and even BGs. It's going to be great. The content never stops, and I'm happy to see, as Donde said, the Brawl in the fall.
Yeah.
It's beginning, and that's a fancy season opening. I like that. So,
And Jamie's,
I mean,
Jamie's, we got to have that on a shirt, I guess.
A Brawl in the fall.
No, just
We'll talk to Mako about it.
All right. So on behalf of my two fellow caster guys here, some guy named Donde and some guy named Gordon. I'm some guy named Saku. Have a good night. See you in the THO Discord. Take care, everybody.